online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Good morning, Columbus.
Joe, that ain't even good enough. Come on, Joe.
Wait, no. Not this one.
Frizzle left tight, F fly, pass 37 punch, waggle, help, baby dizzy, X fan on the turbo.
Thank you, baby.
Football, man.
It's time to listen to a bald, fat loudmouth
Mr. T-Bone.
and a former football player.
And that ball intercepted by Tyvis, pal.
Wow, no radio station has ever done that before.
Did it work for those people?
No, it never does. But it might work for us.
Welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Thursday to you. Good morning, Tyvis.
Oh, good morning.
It is the day before the 4th of July in the city of Columbus, Independence Day.
Are you going to red, white, and boom?
You know what that means. It's red, white, and boom. And you should, I hope, know my answer by now, which is
no.
Hell no. I believe is the appropriate phrase for that.
You know.
Not that I don't think it's a great event. I'm glad the city enjoys it. I'm glad a lot of people will get to go to that. I let you live. However, I don't like traffic. So for me,
that's a big deal.
And I also live, like in a suburb where they also shoot off fireworks, and it doesn't take you
so you're going
7 hours to get home.
Can you see it from your house?
No, but there's like a park. There's plenty. You know what? Where I live in Marysville,
yes,
the Rural King is a parking lot.
RKO.
What's the O for?
I don't know. That's just how we all call it RKO.
Did you? I didn't grow up with a Rural King. I never knew.
No,
about
I didn't either until I went to Worcester for a few years, and they got that out there. RKO.
You know what? I'm going to start calling it that. Randy Orton just shows up. I love it. That's out of nowhere. And they're looking at chicken feed, and suddenly
maybe that's why, because they just pop up out of nowhere. Maybe that's probably why they call it that.
The first time I went in one of those places, I'm like, oh, so I figured, all right, they're going to have like farming supplies and like gardening stuff.
They got everything.
They have half the store's clothes.
Yeah,
like if you've ever wondered where do people in the country go to buy their clothing? Answer: Tractor Supply and
Carhartt.
Yes, it's all Carhartt all the time out there. Shoes? They have a massive shoe department?
Yeah, you get you some nice boots, you get you some steel toes out of there.
Dylan, you ever been to a Rural King in your life?
I have. My parents also live in BFE. They live up in Morrow County, and anytime I want to get anything, my mom's like, no, I can get it cheap at Rural King.
Yeah,
right?
That's a fact.
Rural King is, and it's weird because I feel like Cracker Barrel does this a little bit too, where it's like, do you want something that is, necessary? Sure, we've got that. Also, do you want a piece of decor for your house that either has like a Bible verse on it or an inspirational message, or they have it all. So you can go buy live turkeys at Rural King, like baby turkeys. And then you can also walk out of there with turkey jerky if you want to. It's like a full circle of life going on at the RKO, as you call it.
Well, I just found out that Menards.
Oh, Menards is similar, yeah.
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these years, I'd have rolled past the Menards, and so one day, this had to be either last summer or the summer before. I think it was last summer. I get a call from Cardell, and he said, I need you to run to the store and get me he was putting something on his truck. He was putting his four-wheeler or his motorcycle on his truck, and you got to have those little straps to hold it down.
Yeah, the ratchet straps.
Yeah, he wanted me to go get him a ratchet strap.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I can just go to Menards because I know it's supposed to have that type of stuff in there. And I was in there, and I almost got lost because I didn't know that. First of all, I didn't know it was that big. Secondly, I'm like, they got literally everything in this store. I was amazed. I was in there for one thing, but I spent 20 minutes just walking around.
It's the only place I've ever experienced the Menards where you can buy a candy bar, a sofa, and a shed. If you want a structure for your property, if you want furniture for your house, and of course they have bathroom remodeling and kitchen stuff and all that. But all the hardware store stuff is there, and also lifestyle brand stuff. You want a bass that sings to you and turns its head and you put on the wall? They got all that crap in there. It's 11%. Don't forget the 11% rebate. At the end, when you walk out, they always have that little thing get your 11% rebate. If you're a true Midwesterner, you know that 11% rebate has to be done. That's just how it works.
Who takes the time out to do that?
Not me.
Yeah, me.
But I think every time, unless if you're going and getting a full bathroom remodel, all the supplies for that, it adds up. I'm sure that's good, but Yeah, if I'm going in there and I just end up getting like 1 or 2 items, like a tool or something, no, I'm probably not doing that.
The first time I went in there was right after I bought my condo. My dad was remodeling it, and he just wanted me to look at some stuff that I wanted. I left with like 11 different snacks that I've never seen before and accomplished nothing that I went in there to do.
Did you want a bucket full of cow tails? No, but now I do. I didn't know this existed. Thank you, Menards. You're right. This is something that the coastal elites can never imagine, right? You know, like they're like, oh, yeah, I know what it's like to go to an interesting big box store. I go to Target. It's like Target has nothing on Menards.
No.
What are you talking about? Would you like a tire for your tractor? Yes. Also, would you like wardrobe for the children to go to school this year? Also, yes. They have it all at Menards. Go get it. So, yeah, it's not an ad for Menards. I'm just telling you. I think they may advertise on the station.
Shout out to
Save
Menards.
Big Money.
Save big money at Menards.
You know, not say I'm off on a tangent, but I'm going to loop in auto racing very quickly. There's a dude named Paul Menard who used to drive in NASCAR.
Okay.
I think he drove at IndyCar too. You may recognize the last name. He is a relative of the people who founded it.
Okay.
And his sponsor on his car was always Menards. So
I think they'd shun him if they, you know.
Well, he's one of those guys in racing where it's like this guy over here, you put him in any car, he's like the fastest dude at the track, no matter what track, no matter where you go, he's just fast. Then there's the other guys who it's like they have rich parents. That's why they're here. And they've just, dad bought us. And like, doesn't mean those guys can't drive too. It doesn't mean they're not like good at it. But I don't think you really see that in any other pro sport where there's just a segment of the population that's like, oh yeah, they're in here because their parents have money. And that's how they got into it. Whereas like, even in football where you see a lot of guys now, basketball, you see a lot of guys in basketball and football though, whose dads have similar names. You're like, oh, that guy played in the league and now his son's up. But that also has to do with that kid's like genetically maybe a little bit better because his dad was a pro athlete.
Yes.
You know, that helps, right, to start. But then dad has money, helps him get some better coaching, you know, stuff like that.
I know LeBron never interferes with his kids' coaches, what he said.
Actually, that's probably the closest thing we have to auto racing is that, because that is exactly how it goes in auto racing. It's like, oh, yeah, my son's coming up. He's going to need a ride. Oh, yeah, we'll find a place for him, Kevin Harvick. That's fine. Yeah. So that's, I didn't know we would get to auto racing off of that, but yes, RKL, I'm going to learn. Anyway, you can park at the Rural King in Marysville to watch the fireworks. That was where this all started.
And that's where you're going to be?
Maybe. If I get there, it goes quick. You know, people sit there for hours. Get ready for the fireworks.
Crazy? My wife was talking about like going to a fireworks show in Worcester. Mm-hmm. And she said, you know what the crazy thing is? I don't think you're going to make it. And I laughed because I said, I don't think I'm going to make it either. I'm out.
You'll be tired, yeah.
I'm
it's not going to start till 10. This is
that's
the new challenge for us. Doing mornings, staying up till 10.
No, my dad.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be up for it just because my kids will be running around wanting to do it. But yeah, it's going to be one of those. As soon as the fireworks hit, there's not going to be any standing around going, "Well, wasn't that great?" and chatting with people. It's going to be like, we're probably going to go.
Be honest, I don't think I need to see it. I've seen enough in my life. Oh, you can get on Instagram and see people's stories.
You're not a big fan of fireworks?
I mean, they're fine.
I mean, I like a parade too, I guess, but I'm more of a fireworks guy.
I like to go out and run and grab the candy from the kids.
What? First of all, I know it's because you're competitive, but you're the person in here, when I bring in candy, you're like, you're going to eat that before 7 a.m., before 8 a.m.?
I'm not eating the candy
you're stealing candy.
I'm not eeating it right then and there.
It's literally called stealing candy from a baby. That's a thing that you talk about when someone says it's easy to do.
What?
Why do you want to do it?
It depends on what the candy is. I have specific candy that if I see it, I have to have it.
Such as?
If it's Reese's, if it's a Milky Way.
Who's throwing out chocolate, though, at these parades? It'll melt in like 2 seconds.
Well, no.
Oh, you just pop it in? Just get that, just eat that right away? Is that what I'm hearing? So I can't eat something sweet and nice at 7 a.m., but 9:30 in the morning at a parade.
No.
You're going to steal from a child and eat it. That's fine.
First of all, you ever heard of like refrigerating it?
Yeah, I have, but you're going to take it home. It's going to be melted goo, and then put it in the fridge, and it's going to be a cold
melted goo. Yeah,
just go to the store and buy a bag for yourself.
This is free. This is free.
Again, I want to remind you of what we do here for a living. And you played in the NFL. I understand.
Why would I spend my money on this kid? They giving it away for free. That makes no sense.
You know what? As someone whose kid is now in my middle one, Ava, is a cheerleader, and she's going to be in the parade tomorrow at Marysville.
Tell her to throw you some candy.
Well, today I got to go out and buy the candy.
Oh.
So what I'm saying is I'm going to be buying it, and then who's getting it is basically what I'm hearing now. Then I don't know if I'm up for this. I thought it was little kids who were going to get it. That made me feel better. If it's just going to be old men running out there stealing it from babies.
You got to disguise it. See, I run out there with my daughters.
Oh, that's a smart move.
Yeah, you run out with them, and then you grab it and you maybe give them a couple pieces out of your hand, but you got to look at it and see which one you want. Then you put that away. Then you give them the rest. Yeah,
that's a trick or treat move too.
Yeah,
that's
the trick or treat is just
no.
You just literally go into you. What did you get? Give me your basket, and you just take it out.
Dad tax.
Yeah, I am convinced that whole thing about check your kid's candy for hypodermic needles. That was just a dad who said, I want the best candy. So now the rule is, everybody has to look through the candy before we give it to you because you don't know.
That's a fact.
So I may put a drug needle in there, and it's actually you're just going Reese's cup, Reese's cup, Reese's cup, Baby Ruth. There you go. That's for you. Enjoy.
You know what?
Have fun with the now and laters. I don't need them.
You know what I'm not a fan of when it comes to fireworks that Tyvis brought up? Watching them on Instagram. Why do people post videos of fireworks?
I don't get that.
We've all seen fireworks before, and yours aren't exclusive. We don't need a video.
Yeah, at least at a sporting event, people get mad about that, but it's you may never see Aaron Rodgers throw this touchdown ever. This may be the best touchdown he's ever thrown,
right?
Or whatever play you're watching. That it's literally every fireworks show looks pretty much the same.
Yes.
There's no... It's what order are they going to do them in? And I love a firework. I'll watch them. I'll enjoy it. But yeah, I'm not watching your Instagram story about it. I'm going to hit and then move on.
I ain't even doing that.
I'm just going to be nice to hit the heart
problem
button.
Is it's so many different stories. So, instead of tapping each story, you just swipe across the screen. So it skipped the entire storyline. Yeah,
that's right.
That's what I do.
T-Bone, am I not only liking it, I'm probably muting you or blocking you if you post firework videos. It's like that for me.
Hey, I applaud the standard for your timeline. We got to have standards somewhere, and it's good that's where they start for you. I like that, Dylan. I don't know if you guys saw the article about the A's money problems. The A's are a disaster. I don't know how Major League Baseball is letting this go on. We're going to discuss it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Well, we are noticing a pretty big crash happening right now. This is just south of Linden, 71 southbound, right at 17th Avenue. We do have a portion of that completely closed because of a pretty big crash that happened. Looks like 2 cars may have been involved, 1 person in serious, another in critical condition. So this road will be closed for at least a few hours as police are still on scene. Ramps are completely closed, so make sure you note this detour here. Hop on US 23 instead and continue south, or you can take a side road onto Cleveland Avenue and head on down south that direction. Want to make sure you note these detours. This road, again, will be closed 71 southbound for quite some time. I'm 10 TV's Brian Albizu with your fan traffic.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Your neighborhood Kroger pharmacy is happy to welcome back Express Scripts Medicare D and TRICARE Department of Defense Plan members. It's easy to transfer prescriptions at Kroger.com/payer update. See your Kroger pharmacy for details.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
He shoots, he scores! It's a great time of year to be a fan, but the fun stops when you or a loved one can't control your gambling. Maryhaven is here to help with in-person, virtual, and group options. Learn more at maryhaven.com.
It's July in Central Ohio. The grills are hot, the sun is hotter, and chances are you've seen a Newman Roofing truck rolling through your neighborhood. Maybe you've talked to one of our team members at a local event, or know someone who proudly says, yeah, I've got a Newman roof. At Newman Roofing, we're more than just a roofing company. We're your neighbors, and for the last 33 years, your support has helped us grow as a family-owned business. So we give back the best way we know how, with quality work, lasting relationships, and a lifetime workmanship warranty that means you'll never be left out in the rain. Thousands of families across Central Ohio have trusted us and had their expectations exceeded. And it's why we've been voted Best Roofing Company and Best of the Bus magazine for 4 years running now. So this summer, don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Buckeye football training camp is coming. Catch live editions of Morning Juice, T-Bone, and Tyvis and Bishop and Friends starting July 31st. They'll be close enough to smell the jock straps. Live on the Fan and YouTube. Yay football.
The outdoor drama Tecumseh is back this summer. The drama, the history, and the spectacle make Tecumseh one of Ohio's most beloved traditions. Tecumseh has provided thrilling live entertainment for 50 years, and the outdoor theater at Sugarloaf Mountain will provide a safe and memorable experience for your entire family. Get tickets now at tecumsehdrama.com. This message is made possible in part by the Ohio Arts Council. Tecumseh, experience the drama.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
What a refreshing morning for us as we have temperatures in the mid to upper 60s and mostly clear skies. This afternoon, temperatures soaring into the upper 80s with plenty of sunshine, very limited chances of showers and storms. Mostly clear in 60s tonight, and for the 4th of July, we'll see highs in the low 90s with plenty of sunshine, very minimal chances for a stray shower or storm. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces. And cracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
You know, we got talking about fireworks and parades and Tyvis stealing candy from children that we didn't even set up the show today. We actually have a pretty decent show coming up. It's obviously our last show. We're not going to be here tomorrow, last show for the week. But we're going out with a bang. We are going to have the Jackets top first round pick, Jackson Smith. He will be joining us in studio at 7:30, I'm told. So we're excited to have him in. We'll hear about a little bit about him. Maybe ask him, at least it'll be a Jackets player who, when he plays his college hockey, probably won't be fond of Michigan, right? He's playing at Penn State this year, so.
I'm going to ask him, is he ready to be called Jackson Smith and Jigba?
You're going to lead with that? That sounds good. Let's start there.
That's great journalism.
What I love, I know the Jackets love, is when we do all the OSU comparisons. They are really big fans of that. I think that's a good way to start it. But yeah, we'll have fun with him. We'll talk with him coming up at 7:30. Also, I mean, I have a kind of 4th of July related version of our favorite game to play ever. That is coming up. I was debating on if we would just do Tyvis Eats a Thing maybe with Jackson Smith, but I instead decided we're going to do it right after. So we're going to do Jackson Smith at 7:30. We talk to him, Jackets draft pick, and then you're going to eat something.
Maybe.
Well, no, you're going to eat it. No. You're going to want to eat it when I show you what it is. You're going to want it. You're going to love it.
Maybe. I'm 1 for 2. I'm 1 and 2 on this. So
yeah,
I gotta get to 500 today.
And actually, that 7 o'clock hour, we have all the stuff is jammed into 7 o'clock. We have the list coming up as well, 7:15. The list today, top 5 action movies. There's always blockbusters that come out around 4th of July, summertime.
You know how hard that's going to be?
Oh, I went through it last night.
To just pick 5?
I was whittle it down. I had to whittle it down, and I think my list.
I got a list right here, and I'm just like,
I know it's tough. It's one of my favorite lists we've done so far. Top 5 action movies. We do that at 7:15. You can tweet us yours at Bone and Tyvis 971. So this article came out yesterday from the Guardian newspaper. And it is an article about John Fisher and the A's. If you have not followed that story at all, you probably at least know that the A's no longer play in Oakland. You also may know they just go by the Athletics. They got rid of the city name.
That's ridiculous.
They play in Sacramento in a AAA ballpark, minor league ballpark. I don't even know if it's AAA. I'm assuming it's AAA. It's a minor league ballpark.
I wonder how their attendance is there.
This is a fascinating part of this article. Bad is the answer.
Shocker.
Because... one, they've gone into Sacramento and said, we don't want to call ourselves the Sacramento Athletics because God forbid you get too attached to us. So that has caused the local people there to say, well, then screw you. So they're not even selling out a minor league ballpark with this team. And I don't know the capacity, but it can't be more than 10,000 seats that this place has. So if you're not selling out a minor league ballpark, that is pathetic. The A's have been a pathetic organization for a while, too, but sadly, John Fisher still gets to do all these things that he wants to do. He gets to move the team. He's trying to get them to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Here is the headline of the article from The Guardian. Debacle in the desert. Will the Athletics' $1.75 billion stadium on the Vegas Strip ever be built?
It better.
Well,
all this hassle that they're going through, it's getting built.
So I was shocked by this because just last week they had a groundbreaking. And they had this little sandbox, basically, with dirt in it.
Mm-hmm.
And all the dignitaries are there, local officials. John Fisher, the owner of the A's. Rob Manfred was there, Major League Baseball officials. I mean, they gave it this is, all right, shovels in the ground. Dirt is being moved. That's a sign that, all right, construction's underway and things are going well and we're starting to build the stadium. They do have a plot of land in Vegas. It's where I think the Tropicana casino used to be. That all, I think, got blown up and destroyed, and now this is where they're going to build the stadium. Here's what this article goes into, is that, yeah, they did this whole thing, but it was all pomp and circumstance. It's all smoke and mirrors. One of the things that they brought up that I didn't realize, in the video that I saw, they're under a tent, it's air-conditioned, they have all the local people there.
Mm-hmm.
Behind them are heavy equipment, the big earth-moving equipment to, dig up the ground and start laying the foundation for a stadium. Some reporter at this event asked them, so are those going to start working today or tomorrow on developing this site? And they said, oh, those aren't the actual pieces of equipment that'll be used. We just rented those for the visual.
Why would they say that? Why would you tell people
Because this is the bad part. They're not close to putting shovels in the ground, other than that little ceremony they did. Apparently, one of the problems is there's $380 million in public money coming from either Las Vegas or the county or the state of Nevada. I forget which.
Mm-hmm.
But $380 million that a lot of people in the state have protested and said, we have schools that are doing terrible right now, and you're giving this billionaire $380 million. By the way, don't look at Ohio for that. Let's just skip over that part with the Browns, and the Bengals going to get some too. Anyway, so they bring this up because you have to, for John Fisher to get the $380 million in funding, he has to spend $100 million in preparation you have to get the contractor has to be paid some money to start building. You have to actually get some of that equipment to come there. You have to pay for certain infrastructure to be done before you can build all this stuff. He has to spend $100 million before the public funding kicks in. He has to date only spent $50 million of it, not $100 million. That seems a little bit suspect. Further, they did some math on all the different financing that he received for this stadium, and they went through some of the different lenders who gave him money. For example, he has $300 million loan from Goldman Sachs, a $380 million public money thing that I talked about, but he has to spend $100 million to get that. He has a $175 million loan from Aramark, which is the company that does all the in-stadium vending.
Okay.
They bought a piece of the A's, so that gives him some cash. That total is around $850 million. The projected price of the build to start was $1.5 billion. It's now closer to $1.75 billion. And economists and people who have looked at this said there's no way, unless he starts building tomorrow, they're going to finish this without it being a $2 billion plus price tag to build the stadium, because costs of all the construction materials are going up right now due to the world and economics and stuff I don't need to get into here. So they're basically saying this guy, whose net worth is about $3 billion, is going to have to spend at least $1 billion of his own private money to get this thing going. And they don't think he's got the cash. They don't think he wants to do it.
That's exactly what it sounds like. Because if you got the money, you would have dropped the money a long time ago. This thing, when is they projected to play in Vegas?
I think it was supposed to be 2027 or 20. Now, it's at least 3 years from now. So not till 2029, I would say, is probably when the first opportunity is. But
he better get on it. There's no way you're about to sit here and tell me this man has caused this much of an uproar, and now all of a sudden you ain't got the money? No. You better go get you something. You better get a loan or something. You better hurry up and get this thing going. That's crazy.
This guy,
because you should have just stayed in Oakland. You could have just stayed in Oakland for all of this.
By the way, do you know how much I told you $375 million from this community, Vegas, the county, whatever's given him. In California, in Oakland, they wanted to give him $700 million to build a new stadium for the A's. And he turned it down to move them to a place where he gets a much smaller plot of land. The plot of land he was going to have in Oakland would have been like a district with, they could have built buildings and apartments and mixed use, retail, offices. It'd be a whole thing he would own.
He would be the only show in town in Oakland, right?
Yes.
Because
he'd be beloved.
Golden State is gone, or the Warriors is gone, and the Raiders is gone. So they would have been like the kings of Oakland.
He is a complete and utter tool. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
And just remember this. His dad made all the money. He has done nothing in his life other than inherit money. What was that thing the guy said that was about being related to a famous person?
I'm in the Lucky Sperm Club.
That's him. He's a guy who just is glad to be here because dad popped me out, and that's it. Dad and mom, his mom made a lot of money too. They both did Banana Republic. The Gap, all that stuff, that's them. That's where his money comes from. He's done nothing with his life, and now he's ruined a baseball team. Good job. And by the way, Rob Manfred, where are you on this?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Step in and say, I'm sorry. We don't let the fail son run this thing into the ground like this. This is an embarrassment.
Is there a world where they could go back to Oakland?
No. Well, I mean, I guess, but you know who? Not him. Someone from Oakland would have, or someone who has ties to the Bay Area would have to buy it and say, I'm bringing it back, and I've got the juice here in Oakland to make a stadium happen. But that's the thought, is that he's probably just trying to sell it. And he's probably just putting all this oh, yeah, we're building. Unless someone wants to buy it, please bail me out of this. And we'll see if that works for him. Coming up, is LeBron getting traded? It's starting to look like that could be a possibility. Clip that. We have audio to tell you about it in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there. We do have some repairs to tell you about for folks over on the east side. This is by the 70 and 270 intersection. 70 westbound, just past 70 CD Road. Do expect some lane closures because of some road repairs happening. Crew members still on the scene. Make sure to be extra cautious and be nice and safe for them as you head out the door. I'm 10 TV's Brain Albizu with your fan traffic.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Oh! Listen to that! Son of a... That's unbelievable! Oh my goodness! Holy smoke! Just incredible!
T-Bone and Tyvis present Clip That.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Receive a 100% match when you deposit up to $400 with the Prime Sports Ohio app.
Brian Windhorst on ESPN talking about the potential of a LeBron trade. And he had previously said the Lakers aren't going to be able to move him. That's not going to happen. That's not a thing that they're even talking about. Now I think that's changed his opinion a little bit, given some recent events.
My conversations over the last 3 days have crystallized that the Lakers are essentially viewing LeBron as an expiring contract. And that may sound like a toss-off statement, but that's not insignificant. LeBron has never been an expiring contract, quite literally. Never in his 23-year career, over the 9 contracts he's signed, over all the different teams he's been on, he's never been on the last year of his contract. He's never been 40 years old. He's never not been the franchise player on his team. The Lakers and LeBron, whoever wants to spin their side of the story, I'm not sure what happened, but the Lakers and LeBron did not have substantive discussions about extending his contract, which every team LeBron's been on for 20-something years has wanted to have substantive conversations about extending his contract. And what happens to expiring contracts in the NBA? They're viewed as trade pieces.
Wendy started doing the finger point. He didn't do it in the thing, but it sounded like he was about to do the finger point thing he did a couple years ago.
Why would they do that?
Wasn't that about the Jazz? Was when he did? He was talking about like,
was it the Jazz?
Would the Jazz do that? And it's just
it was when they traded Rudy Gobert.
That's what it was. Anyway, Windhorst has this whole thing about the door's not necessarily closed anymore on LeBron getting traded. And I find that fascinating.
He said he unlocked it. He's not opening it.
Yeah, he's not opening
He just unlocked the door.
Well, put that together with this. Yesterday, a guy named John Gambadoro, who is a Phoenix radio guy, he's been there for 30 years. Now, Phoenix, of course, has an NBA franchise. This guy works for a radio station that presumably covers that team, talks about it extensively. He's been in that market forever. You think he might have some contacts within the NBA, right? Given that it's 30-year guy in that market, and the Suns have been a relevant franchise there for a fairly long time, going back to Barkley and Marley and all that stuff. Anyway, he said on his radio show, LeBron is probably getting moved. And people, of course, came out of the woodwork like, you're out of your mind. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just making stuff up. And so then he retweeted this Windhorst thing and said, interesting, given what we were talking about on the air the other day. And someone replied to him on Twitter and said, all right, what does this mean? He said, listen, I was told after the playoffs that LeBron and the Lakers are done with each other and that he said, I don't have sources that are 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, which I take to mean he's got it from a pretty decent source.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, Chris Paul played in Phoenix, right? It wouldn't be out of the question. Chris Paul and LeBron are as tight as anyone. You would think it's possible he would have, I'm just saying that's an angle that this guy could easily have talked to someone like that or someone in one of those camps and gotten some fairly good insights on LeBron and the Lakers. That wouldn't surprise me.
It's not crazy to think that. I mean, first of all, since they've won the championship in the COVID year, which people throw an asterisk by, they have not achieved anything. And it's been every year, it's like, we need this, we need that, we need this. And the thing is for LeBron, he's got 4 championships. If he wanted to tie Kobe at 5, it's not happening in LA. Like, it's just not. Like, that team just isn't built to win a championship. And if he really wants another ring on his way out, he has to put himself in a better situation. Now, the problem is if you trade for him, you're trading away key pieces. It's not like the Lakers is like, oh, we'll just give him to you. Like, he's not that. So whatever team he thinks he's going to get traded to, he going to really kind of put himself in the same situation that he is in LA. They're going to have to give up some key assets just to keep him, just to get him, which means that the team's not going to be full strength when they do acquire him.
Yeah. I don't – it's weird because with LeBron, you would think that if he wanted to go compete for a contender, there was a really easy way to do that is to opt out of his contract. Instead, he opted in, which means now he has to be dealt. But like apparently they're all talking about here, that's an expiring deal that NBA teams tend to be interested in. But who tends to be interested? Now I'm Windhorse with the fingers. Like who tends to be interested in expiring contracts in the NBA? Not contenders. Usually the teams that are interested in expiring contracts are rebuilds. So people talk about the Cavs. LeBron was yesterday spotted in Northeast Ohio playing golf, supposedly with some of his St. Vincent, St. Mary's guys, like old, former players that he played with in high school, which I'm sure he keeps up with. But that may not have anything to do with him going back to the Cavs. There's also reports the Cavs have no interest in trying to work out whatever it would need to be done to get LeBron here on a trade, or up to Cleveland, I should say, on trade. If you do make that deal work, what's it going to be? Like, Darius Garland's in that deal. Jared Allen's probably in that deal. And then you have a LeBron-led Cavs team, but not really because it's Spider Mitchell at that point. And Evan Mobley, and then that's and then a bunch of dudes, like a bunch of just guys following up on that. I don't know. Is that a team that can go win the East? Maybe, because it's LeBron and he's still LeBron. But
there's LeBron and there's Donovan. Instead of Donovan just doing the Donovan show in the playoffs, you'd have at least another guy that can at least contribute. But the thing is,
and you have a defensive in Evan Mobley like down low.
But still, it's not like LeBron is putting up 50 points in the playoffs. Like he ain't. That's not who he is anymore. Like it's sad to say he'll get you 20, but like it ain't gonna look like what you think is going to look like.
Right.
As much as I want my king to come home, the GOAT.
Oh, my
Pookie,
goodness.
Sunshine.
Wow.
Wow. I just think if he wanted to come back, he would have opted out. Like you said, if he would have cared, if I honestly don't think he cares about chasing Jordan anymore. Because if it was about that, he would have just went and played for a contender on a minimum. I think he likes being in LA. I think he likes making max money. I think he already thinks he's the greatest of all time, so he doesn't need to win 6 or 7 to pass MJ. I don't think it's about that for him anymore. And I think he's just stuck in LA for one more year. I think they're just stuck with each other for one more year. And then next year he'll be a true free agent, and then they could figure it out.
Yeah, but he also probably, and this is weird to say, he's probably not getting $50 million a year on the open market. He is LeBron. There would be a team that would give it to him. No. There would be a team that would pay him $50 million for a
Charlotte
year or two.
Hornets?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. A terrible franchise that just wants to sell some tickets and merch. They would do that.
But why would he go there?
That's my point. I don't think he would. So I'm saying he's in a weird spot where if, let's say that's true, Dylan, and let's say he stays for another year and then plays through this year and that's it, and then the Lakers have a year where they're kind of in this weird middle ground of we're not totally rebuilding around Luka yet, but we need to start acquiring assets, but we can't trade one of our biggest trade pieces, which is an expiring contract. There's a chance that he goes at the deadline, right?
Well, he also has a no trade clause.
Well, you're right. That's true too.
Yeah, he do got that.
trying to think of what teams. Could you imagine something like, I'm just thinking of crazy scenarios. Imagine if he got traded to like Golden State.
That's always the rumor now.
Like, I mean, because I could see him being more of a guy who says, I want to go play with I've never played with Steph Curry. And other than in the Olympics. He always
talked about how he would love to play with Steph Curry.
Right. Could you imagine like that? Again, I don't know if I don't think that is going to win you the West. I don't think that's going to be like the winning formula, but I could see it more being, I just want to give this a shot and say I did it. And oh, by the way, Bronny's coming with us, so he can maybe learn how to shoot from Steph. Maybe they'll work on that a little bit. I don't know. I have no idea what his motivations are at this point, because like Dylan said, there's really I'm sure he doesn't think he sucks at basketball. He may have gotten over that whole MJ, Kobe, I got to have a certain number of rings thing. He's talked about that on his podcast a lot.
Yeah.
Made more money than God. Like, what does he need to do in his career? The answer is maybe just play in different markets with some of his buddies before he retires. I have no idea what it is. But
it still blows my mind that him and Steph Curry was born in the same hospital.
Isn't that wild?
It is. It really is to me. Like,
that's an amazing coincidence, right?
Yeah, like what?
Yeah. Because one of the best players of all time, and then one of the best, the greatest shooter of all time, just happened to be born in the same spot. That's right.
People probably rushing to have their kids in this hospital.
We have the list coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. It's actually coming up at 7:15. Top 5 action movies of all time. You and I, Tyvis, were trying to figure out, because you didn't know if you could put
Bad Boys
on there. And I say Bad Boys is in the same category as Rush Hour.
Yes. It's a comedy, but it's also action.
It's an action movie with comedic elements to it.
Okay.
But it's like Dumb and Dumber, there's action, but that is 100% a comedy that just happens to have a little bit of action in it.
Yes.
I feel like Bad Boys, Rush Hour, those movies, if there's at least one car explodes at some point in the movie, it's an action movie. That's no matter what else happens in the movie, that qualifies it for an action movie.
Well, there's no way I can't have them on the list like this.
You can have them on the list.
I'm just saying, like, I got to go redo my list now.
Okay, well, you got time. 7:15. You can tweet us yours at Bone and Tyvis 971. Dylan, how's your list coming along?
Well, now that this conversation just happened, I also think I need to retweak my list. So I'm throwing this away and coming up with a new one.
All right, there we go. And hey, you know what? It's fluid. It's a fluid situation. We also have Jackson Smith, #1 pick for the Blue Jackets this year, 14th overall pick in the NHL draft. He'll be joining us in studio at 7:30, so we're looking forward to having him. But coming up next, I've got a candidate for Father of the Year. We'll talk about it. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We were so closely monitoring a really big crash happening. This is southbound 71 right at 17th Avenue where that accident happened. A portion is closed off right now, and that has been extended. Now 71 southbound will be closed off all the way to Westerville. So definitely that portion is not looking good this morning. You cannot take this route. 23, taking that instead will be your best alternate route if you're stepping out the door and heading out for your morning commute. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tales of animals from around the world. Explore our newest region, North America Trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Hear that? That's the sound of freedom. This July, declare your independence on the open road during RCD RV's Declare Your Independence sale, running July 5th through the 19th, offering all-American savings on all in-stock motorhomes, fifth wheels, and travel trailers. Wave goodbye to ordinary vacations and say hello to adventure. Stop by any of our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at rcdrv.com. Celebrate the red, white, and blue with unbeatable savings at RCD RV. RCD RV. Freedom starts on the open road.
Let's be honest, we could all use a little vacation from the ordinary. But with Tim Hortons' new refreshers, you don't need to pack your bags. Just sip, relax, and enjoy your refreshing 16-ounce vacation. With tropical mango packed with real pineapple and mango pieces. And strawberry watermelon kiwi featuring real pieces of strawberry and kiwi. Also, try it with lemonade or coconut milk. A choose-your-own taste bud adventure. Head to Tim's for the new refreshers. Your 16-ounce vacation awaits. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants.
Get summer blockbuster savings at Conklin Kia, Central Ohio's largest volume Kia dealer. Right now, take up to $6,000 off MSRP on any new Kia in stock. Plus, get free maintenance for a full year when you buy. Get any new Kia with up to $6,000 off MSRP. Visit CoglinKia.com.
Largest Kia dealer based on current ground stock at all 4 Coghlan Kia locations. 2025 Kia Sorento XY. MSRP $47,990. $3,000 Coghlan discount. $3,000 factory rebate. Residency restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. N7725.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived, the only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Common Man here. I want to talk to you about my buddy Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. It's rare that a business comes along and offers you such great quality, service, price. If you or someone you love or like, or even strangers on the street tell you they need a jeweler, tell them you got a guy, and that guy is Bob Capace at Worthington Jewelers.
I'm Bob Capace, and I'm your guy.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged.
Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save up to $30 on auto repair with their AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid July 1st through July 31st. See store for details.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
SoFi Personal Loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right, pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi Personal Loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply, NMLS 696891.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, we are further refining the list category. So it's top 5 action movies. We're doing that 7:15. But Tyvis was asking in the break, we were talking, in last segment we said, things like Rush Hour, Bad Boys, those movies are absolutely action movies, even though they have comedic elements to them.
Get ready, Dylan. You got to tweak your list again.
Whole point is the action. Well, then Tyvis asked me, he said, well, where would you put like Black Panther? And I said, I think that all the comic book movies. Now, this is just my opinion. This is an open discussion. You can chime in on YouTube, too. The YouTube chat is going, as always. I'm just saying, I think those movies qualify more as like the comic book movie genre. Of course, there's action in it, but I feel like there's so much action in those. They're based off comic books. That's the whole point of those things. I'm talking about more like a traditional action movie where there's a plot. Someone's got to be saved. There's a thing. A bus is about to explode unless you keep it going 55 miles an hour, right? Keanu Reeves. Like
Speed.
Yeah, those are the movies that I feel like are more in what I was thinking of when I said top 5 action movies. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think superhero movies should be included? Or could we save that one day and do a whole list on those? I think that's a separate one for down the road. But you tell me.
For show purposes, that's probably what we should do. But now I need to cross off number 1 on my list. Starting from scratch for the 3rd time.
I told you. He just said that to me. I said, well, let me go ahead.
I'll tell you this.
Let me throw this on the
I wasn't thinking of any of those. I didn't even think of those when I was doing this list. So you're right. I could now. Maybe I should redo my list. You guys have already had to redo your list. We can add them in. That's fine. I don't care. We can do it however you want. I think my list is pretty good as is.
So no Marvel, no DC.
It's
no. We need to know.
Look, this show is a democracy. There's 3 of us. I vote. Those are separate. What do you say, Tyvis? Do you want to
It's fine. It doesn't matter to me. I just need to know for my list.
Yeah, well, we could do superhero movies another time.
I think you guys are being too nice. If you want to put them in, that's fine. I don't know. You know what? YouTube chat. Should we include
There's some
chat? Should we include Marvel movies and comic book movies in the action thing, or should we leave those separate? You can let us know. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. It's right there. You can jump in the chat.
Rusty in the chat just said that Tyvis is just going to put in Denzel movies.
You know what? You know what? I have a Denzel movie on my list.
You know what?
Training Day could be in my list.
Denzel's so good, we could just do a Denzel list one day.
We will do a Denzel list one day. Don't worry, Tyvis. We'll have that because you're right.
We're gonna show. We should have did it for Father's. We should have did it on Father's Day for appreciation.
You're right. We should have. Why didn't we think of that? It's You know what? There's always next Father's Day. Well, theoretically, unless we all get fired, I guess then it won't be. Never know. Speaking of fathers, Father of the Year candidate. I saw this story and thought many things, one of which was good for this guy. I don't know if I could have ever done this. Families on the Disney cruise, they were out off the coast of Florida. Daughter fell in the water. They said from about 4 stories up. I guess she was, I don't know what floor that is on these cruise lines. I don't know how above, below the water line, whatever. But about 40 feet she fell. Dad sees this. She fell off the balcony, like in their room, I guess. Mm-hmm. Dad jumped overboard to save her. Now, cruise experts and people who like monitor this stuff, because people fall off of cruise ships from time to time, the survival rate of falling off a cruise ship is somewhere between 17 and 25%, which is, depending on which statistics you use, like that's not great. When 2 people fall overboard,
correct,
the numbers aren't good for you, right? Well, Dad swam out, grabbed the kid. The cruise line, the people who on the boat said they saw this happen, and they said instantly, very quickly, they went from we can see them very clearly to they are dots to, oh my gosh, where'd they go? So like, even though this relatively quickly got told to the captain and everybody on this boat, it's a massive ocean liner. They have to try to turn. They have to lower lifeboats. It apparently took them about 20 minutes to get to these people. But fortunately, when they got there, the dad was treading water, holding the girl, the daughter, and they were able to save both of them. And they haven't released the names. They haven't talked to this family yet. I'm sure someone will. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there will be. If this guy, I mean, I don't know what his life situation is, but if he is like media savvy at all, he should definitely line up an agent to get him some book deals and some movie rights, because that's going to be a thing. Like someone will want all of those stories. But this guy dove overboard to save his daughter. And I mean, as a father, I can look at that and say that is an amazing story.
Would you have done it?
I would have no, seriously, what would have happened is I probably would have like died trying, because there's no way I think I could have like survived the dive. Most I've ever jumped off of is like, I haven't even jumped off like the high dive at my pool ever, even as a kid.
Yeah.
So 40 feet, like think about like jumping off the top of a gas station and then go probably another 10, 20 feet above that. That's how far you're jumping into the water. And then you have to swim out, find your kid, and then your kid's panicking and try to keep them. There's no way. I probably wouldn't. Good for both the dad and the daughter for staying calm, because I don't know how you do that.
He must have taught her swim lessons at a young age.
I would hope so. What would you do? You jump overboard, right?
For my daughter?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Dylan, you have a daughter.
We're all fathers of daughters. I was thinking the same thing. I would jump into instincts, just keep in.
Yeah,
and
as soon as she fell, we'd be hitting it dang near at the same time, because I've been over the balcony so quick. Yes.
So what I'm going to do is print this story out and show my kids and say, this is why I yell at you, because I wouldn't be able to do this. So I know this would go tragically for us. That's why I yell anytime you get near danger, because I'm not like a superhero. I'm not this dad who could do that. You would have it would just be a story about how the overweight dad tried and failed. And that's it. So I'll yell till they're like, oh, Dad's mad. And
you know what would happen?
I may traumatize them, but it's like, you're not going to fall overboard, because I'm going to be yelling to stay away from that rail. Don't even touch that rail. No, what are you doing over there?
T-Bone, what would happen is, If your daughter fell in and you jumped in after, it'd be the biggest cannonball.
You know that. Oh, yeah. Here's the problem, though. You can't hit that way. When you jump from that high, I'll tell you what. You know what hits first is your ass when you do a cannonball.
Oh, it'd be sore for days. You wouldn't be able to sit down for days.
I tell you.
But you would splash so much water that the captain, they would need to get the word up to the captain. He would know.
I'll tell you, if I cannonballed from 40 feet, this is a sound my body would never make again. Like, that would never happen because it would just be all exploded and bad. That would not be good. That would be, oof. All right. I don't say this lightly. There is a fan who needs to be banned from baseball. We're going to talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We were so closely monitoring a really big crash happening. This is southbound 71 right at 17th Avenue where that accident happened. A portion is closed off right now, and that has been extended. Now 71 southbound will be closed off all the way to Westerville. So definitely that portion is not looking good this morning. You cannot take this route. 23, taking that instead will be your best alternate route if you're stepping out the door and heading out for your morning commute. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Is that knee, hip, or shoulder pain not getting any better? Are you stuck in a cycle of steroid shots and now they're talking surgery? Before you go down that road, hit pause for a second. Hey, it's Tyvis Powell, and I want to tell you about something that helped a lot of people get their lives back without more meds and without going under the knife. It's QC Kinetics, leaders in regenerative medicine using treatments like advanced cellular therapy and a platelet-rich plasma, all designed to actually help your body heal itself. No masking the pain. This goes to the root of the problem. Their cellular treatment contains growth factors and healing properties to maximize your own body's ability to heal itself. And this is critical. 92% of patients report satisfaction with their results. Real results that let you move easier and live better. It doesn't cost anything for a second opinion. Learn more about something that could be life-changing. A licensed medical provider will go over your x-rays and MRIs and see if you're a good fit for these breakthrough treatments. Find out if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Cars, cool people, good time. It's the biggest and best hot rodding event of the year. The Good Guys 27th Summit Racing Nationals presented by PPG. July 11th through the 13th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Over 6,000 classics from across the USA. Shop the swap meet at Huge Vendor Midway. See which rides take home the crown of the 2025 Classic Instrument Street Rods and PPG Street Machine of the Year. July 11th through the 13th at the Ohio Expo Center. Details at good-guys.com.
Wake up and cash. It's Top Picks on Morning Juice, powered by WeWinYouWin.com. Professional sports bettor Chad Patrick. Dropping plays and juicing up your Friday mornings with fresh pick winners. WeWinYouWin.com. Built by winners for winners. Stop guessing and start cashing.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
This was something of a bittersweet day in Reds baseball back on July 3rd, 1877. The bad news was that the Reds had been forced to suspend operations for 3 weeks. On June 16th of that year, the club went bankrupt. Ownership declared the season over for the Reds. But a couple of weeks later, a new owner stepped up, re-signed the players, and the club resumed play on July 3rd. So baseball was back. Although the team was hardly worth watching, the 1877 Reds only won 15 games. They finished dead last. But at least the Reds were playing again, a second start for the 1877 season on this July 3rd, this date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unmatched reliability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor-quality security officers and an endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit EventRiskInc.com.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlog projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right, pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply, NMLS 696891.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cincinnati Reds played 2 games yesterday in Boston, the first being a continuation of a suspended game from Tuesday night. The Redlegs dropped that one 5-3, but in Game 2, they were able to bounce back, beating the Sox 8-4 with help from a Christian Encarnacion Strand grand slam in the 7th inning. The Reds have the day off today. They'll start a series in Philly tomorrow. The Cleveland Guardians dropped their 6th game in a row last night, falling to the Cubs 5-4. Tanner Bybee received a loss, giving up 5 runs in just 4 innings pitched. The Guardians will finish their series in Chicago tonight. First pitch is at 8:05. And down in AAA, the Columbus Clippers defeated the Mud Hens 13-0. They will finish the series up in Toledo tonight before coming home for a weekend series at Huntington Park. This update was sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Don't put off losing weight this summer. Reach your goal during the easiest season for weight loss. Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of summer.
One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's T-Bone. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
The YouTube chat is fun today. Bob said that he is sitting in a parking lot at a Sheetz and wants to know if it is good food or just good gas station food. I mean, one, why can't it be both? Good gas station food can be good food, right?
Yeah.
But I understand if you're saying like, no, it's not like going to a steakhouse.
No.
Right? But it's I like the food at Sheetz.
I think the food at Sheetz too. Sometimes I choose that over like McDonald's or something. Like,
I'm with you.
I'd rather go to Sheetz.
It's on par with fast food. It's better than gas station food. It's made to order. It's not
that's the thing for me is the fact that you can order it also if it's 3 a.m. and you're just hungry and you are out and you would like a burrito or a breakfast sandwich or a hamburger, whatever they have, it's available 24/7, 365. That is endearing to me. So, yeah, I admit that I probably bump it up a little bit just because of the availability. Mm-hmm. That's the best ability from what I've heard.
Yep.
Just saying, I do like it, but I admit that I'm a little biased in it because I've been eating Sheetz for years. So I've been going there since I was like in my early 20s. I visited my buddy Josh out at college in Pennsylvania, and that was the first time I experienced the joy of getting like a turkey sub for $3. It was amazing. And it was like whatever I wanted on it.
What was
$3.
the last time you had food from Sheetz?
Oh, like last week.
I think
mine was probably like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
By the way, Boom Boom sauce on everything.
That Boom Boom sauce is great.
I've never tried.
Oh, you need to, Tyvis.
Do I need to stop at Sheetz today?
Yes.
Yeah. Put that in a burrito or taco or anything.
Usually
I usually get like a chicken wrap from there.
Yeah, put the Boom Boom sauce on.
Perfect. I usually do jalapeno ranch.
That's good too.
But I might have to try this Boom Boom sauce y'all speak of.
Do a snack wrap with it. Like just get a little lettuce, little cheese, little chicken finger in there, and then Boom Boom sauce on it. You'll change your life. It's great. So there's this guy that needs to be banned from Major League Baseball stadiums. He currently is kind of banned from one of them. Guy's name is Dave McCaskill. They call him Dave the Home Run Thief McCaskill. They're at the Diamondbacks Park. He is a season ticket holder. He lives in Goodyear, Arizona, and drives over every day to go to these games or whatever they're in town. He's done this for the last few years. He is apparently a retired military guy. Thank you for your service. We appreciate that. But this is a guy who goes to these games. he sits in the outfield in the bleachers low, and whenever a home run ball comes close to the wall, he is actively chasing it, trying to get it. He apparently has caught somewhere in the neighborhood of like 20 or 25 home run balls in his time as a fan, I guess, over these last few years.
Okay.
Problem is he keeps reaching over the fence and interfering. They just had this happen with the Giants, where the Giants player hit the ball out. It was close to the wall. He literally is laying on top of the wall. It looked like could have easily fallen off of this thing. And, you know, the wall can be 10, 12 feet up, depending on where you are. He didn't. He made the catch, but he interfered with a Diamondbacks player to make the catch. And so rather than it being a home run, it was given as a double. Don't know if it would have made it over the wall or not. Diamondbacks player looked like he was going to possibly give it a shot, and then he saw this dude right over my head. I can't do that. It's so funny because one of the players, actually, you can see in the video looking at him and talking to him after he makes the catch, and he's kind of looking at the guy being like, oh, whoops, my bad. They literally said afterwards, the player said, Dave, what are you doing? Like, he knows who this guy is because he's there every game. These outfielders know who he is.
Wait a minute. Wasn't it a guy, I can't remember what team it was. Wasn't it a guy who made a catch and the fan ripped the ball out his glove?
Oh, you're talking about the Cubs.
Is that what it was?
Steve Bartman.
No.
You're talking about Steve Bartman?
This was a while ago.
Yeah.
Did Bartman rip it out, or did he just? I thought he interfered and kind of made it so it didn't get caught.
No, the one I'm talking about, he ripped that out his glove.
Well, there was one. I know there was one recently where it was like, yeah, he basically like grabbed it out of the guy's glove. I'm trying to think of what you're talking about. I know I've seen something like that.
Maybe last season or the season before, there was an incident with the Yankees where a fan actually like took it out of the guy's glove. Maybe that's what you're talking about. But there's a lot of famous incidents with this.
And then, like in the 90s, there was wasn't it a playoff game with the Yankees? I want to say
the Jeffrey Mayer incident.
Yeah,
maybe that's it.
He gave Derek Jeter a home run that arguably started the Yankees dynasty. I'm all about that.
Yeah, I know you are a Yankees fan. But
I think that's what you say his name was for the Yankees.
Jeffrey Mayer is the guy. Is the guy.
Kid. Wasn't
the kid.
It was like a kid.
He was like 12, so you can't hate on him.
No, he was him. That's different to me because as a kid, I can understand how you maybe just don't. There's a level, right? When you hit maybe 14, 15, I feel like you start getting to a level where you should be a little more aware of your surroundings. But little kids, I can understand. They don't know. They're just excited. Here's my rule for adults, okay? And I don't know. You guys tell me if I'm way off base here. I feel like if you're a grown man, if you are out of high school, there is no need for you to take a glove to the ballpark.
Because you got to catch it with your bare hand if you're going to do it. That's it.
Well, one, that is harder to do. Two, little kids can bring gloves. That gives them a fairer shot at it. You're a grown-up now. Your hands, it's going to hurt, but you're a grown man or a grown woman, whatever. Like, adults should not be bringing gloves to the ballpark is my point. Let the kids do it. Three, you're not going to reach over the fence and like dive for it if you don't have an extra 6 inches of webbing to try to catch it in. That's going to be harder to make that play anyway. It prevents situations like this. This guy has been banned from the Diamondbacks for the rest of the season because he's done this so many times. They have also contemplated banning him from all major league ballparks, and I think that's the right move. You should not let this guy back in.
All right, I got it. It was last year, Mookie Betts. The Yankees did it to Mookie Betts.
Oh, okay.
And the World Series, Game 4 of the World Series.
Yep. Oh, the fan, and he like grabbed it out of the glove. Was it a foul ball?
Oh, my goodness.
Was it a foul ball?
Yeah, it was like a foul.
Oh, okay,
and he went over there, and Mookie had it, and the dude, they like held him in the air.
Yeah.
And grabbed the ball out of his glove.
It's insane. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because then that guy, am I wrong, he got thrown out of the game, and then he was like a celebrity. He was signing autographs for people because they were so glad that he did this to Mookie Betts, which was also just another problematic part of Yankees fandom.
I can't believe they did that to him.
No, that's bad. I feel like if you're a grown man, there's that dude who is a YouTuber who his name's Zach something or other. He goes to ballparks and stands, like he'll go to batting practice. He goes to games, but he chases and knows where like each player is likely to hit it if they're going to hit it out. And he runs around with a giant glove. He knocks kids over. He's constantly like inches away from children who are trying to catch this. And he's like in his 30s jumping up and down and cheering when this is my 5th one I caught today in batting practice. And it's like, good. You're a loser. Like what? What are we talking about? Like, I
feel like you only need to do it one time. Like, you need to catch one home run ball, and then it's like, okay, I've done it.
But don't you want it to be like it happened where you're sitting there, the luck of the draw, and it came in your area, and you made a good catch on it?
Yes.
As opposed to, I'm going to make my life's mission to catch as many as I can.
I feel like it just kind of waters it down after that. Like, after the first one, like the first one is special. Like, I'm sitting there and it's like, oh my goodness, he hit it and I catch it. Like, that's special.
Right.
But like, if I am seeking it out, like, and I'm just moving my seed and doing all that, like, it kind of waters down the feeling that you get when you catch it.
Yeah, totally agreed. I don't understand why this is, like, I don't know why people do this, but it needs to stop. And I think ban this guy's in his 50s who keeps jumping over and grabbing the ball. Like, you let the guys play the game, right? If that's a home run, it's a home run. If it's not, let your guy make a play on it. Don't be hanging over the railing trying to catch every foul ball, home run ball. It's not bad if you do it and you're in the stands and you just happen to catch it, fine. But stop interfering with play.
I'm in the minority on this, but I disagree. I think if it's close enough for a fan to get it, let him get it.
You want the...
I ain't got no problem with that. I'm talking about a fan knocking kids over and all that stuff. Like, that's ridiculous.
No, but I do think, like, I want to see the game played. I don't want to see, like, even Steve Bartman, like, I feel bad that what happened to him afterwards. I don't think he realized in the moment what he was doing. That's different than these people. Like, this guy specifically is bringing a glove and sitting as close as he can to try to, like, almost reach over and try to catch it. To me, that's no good. But, of course, you're a Yankees fan, so you would.
Yeah, so you're a Yankees fan. You don't even count
like that. The list is next. Top 5 action movies of all time. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Thursday. We are still closely monitoring a really big crash happening just south of Linden, 71 southbound, right at 17th Avenue. That portion still completely closed at this hour because of a pretty big crash that's happening. We know multiple cars were involved, and that one person is critically injured, another is seriously injured. So definitely crews are still on scene. This road will be shut down for a little while. Just take 23 instead. Should save you a little bit of time this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Men, summertime is here, and that means vacations, summer barbecues, outdoor parties, camping, beaches, and so much more. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're like many men, you may not be feeling like yourself this summer. Perhaps your energy is low and you aren't sleeping well. Maybe your workouts aren't as good as they used to be. And if what I'm describing is you, it's very likely you're suffering with low testosterone. But low T doesn't have to affect you anymore. Just call Tri-State Men's Health, get treated, and see how it changes your life. If you're like most men, you'll feel so much better. Deeper sleep, improved vitality and clarity, greater strength and energy, and an enhanced sex drive as well. So call us. Just $99 gets you a PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654. That's 800-900-9654. Or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way. If that's our us a ring, call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
At United Dairy Farmers, Peach is our most popular ice cream. Although it's only here for a short time, we sell more of it than any other flavor. And once you taste it, you'll know why it wins the popularity contest. We make it from scratch by mixing in the juice from our hand-selected peaches and big chunks of fruit. That's what gives it that unique peachier flavor. And that might also explain why peach season at UDF doesn't last long. UDF Peach Ice Cream, made for you.
Cheer on your Redlegs when they battle the Miami Marlins July 7th through the 10th. Don't miss another Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesday featuring $3 beers, $2 hot dogs, and $1 ice cream cups. Plus, on Thursday, July 10th, rock out with country music act Old Dominion when they take the field for an Ohio Lottery post-game concert free to fans with a game ticket. Visit Reds.com/tickets today.
Got one of those days that never stops?
Try a stop at Speedway and refresh the vibe with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks. Get 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks at Speedway with Speedy Rewards. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF. NewmanRoofing.com.
If you miss a little, you'll miss a lot. Search for your favorite fan shows wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe. Every episode comes right to your phone absolutely free. Modern technology, it's a hell of a thing. Do it now. The Fan.
Summer is in full swing. If you think you're hot, well, so are your trees. You can help your trees by watering them, especially if they're newly planted. During the hot, dry summer months, your trees could use a water boost. Watering new trees a few times a week will help them survive while they're developing their root system, so don't forget about them. To find out more about watering trees or to find a certified arborist near you, go to treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
The big one is back. The Good Guys 27th Summit Racing Nationals presented by PPG. July 11th through the 13th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Over 6,000 of the nation's baddest hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Don't miss Good Guys autocross racing action. A tire-smoking burnout competition. A pro street takeover. Earth-shaking Nitro Thunderfest. Meet the top builders in the industry and more. July 11th through the 13th at the Ohio Expo Center. Details at good-guys.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
What a refreshing morning for us as we have temperatures in the mid to upper 60s and mostly clear skies. This afternoon, temperatures soaring into the upper 80s with plenty of sunshine. Very limited chances of showers and storms. Mostly clear in 60s tonight. And for the 4th of July, we'll see highs in the low 90s with plenty of sunshine. Very minimal chances for a stray shower or storm. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
In terms of the Waffle House menu, Tyvis covered and smothered his opponents. Meanwhile, T-Bone is a chunk of hash who's often covered in gravy. I'm not sure what that means either. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Coming up, bottom of the hour, 7:30, we're going to talk to New Jackets draft pick Jackson Smith. He will join us live in studio. We're excited to talk to him. We are going to probably ask him about his list, or at least one of his lists. The question today, top 5 action movies of all time. I heard yesterday on Common Man and Timmy, Common Man is off, was Timmy and Nicole Sheeran. They had Matty Ice on in the 3 o'clock hour. Matty Ice said he had never seen Top Gun or any of the Rocky movies. And he said it probably wasn't going to change. And I thought,
now the Rocky thing, I understand. The Top Gun, he's out to lunch. Like I don't know why he wouldn't want to see those movies. I don't know. Like those are both Top Guns is like
Rocky movie, by the way, more of a sports movie. I get there is action in it, but it's more of a sports movie.
Is he not in the box? He's in the boxing.
I don't. But even that, I'm not a big boxing guy. But it's like I just enjoy watching a story every now and then. I like to see some interesting plot lines, all that stuff. But anyway, if you're someone who's never seen either of those movies, I don't know if I can take your list seriously. But regardless, I'd still like to hear it. It is time. Let's do it.
The best, the worst, and sometimes even the dumbest. It's all here on the list.
All right, so top 5 action movies of all time. Here's my top 5. In at number 5, Rush Hour. Chris Tucker, Jackie Chan.
Look at you.
It's great.
Look at
Love
you.
it. Probably one of my favorite action movies. But just the humor in it is what puts it over the top for me as far as one of the top 5. Number 4, The Bourne Identity. Jason Bourne, Matt Damon. Love the whole series is great, but Bourne Identity, one of my favorites. Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Okay.
Arnold at the peak of his powers. You've got a young Eddie Furlong helping guide that movie as well. He was a great child actor. You've got CGI that now doesn't look as great, but at the time it was groundbreaking. We're riding on motorcycles. Things are exploding. Faces are melting. It's all you want in a big budget action flick for me. Number 2, Independence Day. One of the first action movies I actually saw in the theaters. Will Smith, aliens, the entire world is going to hell, and he's trying to save it. That's yes, thank you.
Could have put I Am Legend on there.
Oh, that's a good one too. My number one though, and this is I'm gonna go out right now and tell you, if you're a fan of Taken and you've never seen this movie, then you don't know that Taken was essentially a lesser version of the movie I'm about to tell you. It stars Denzel Washington. It's called Man on Fire. It is my number one action movie of all time. It is shot beautifully. There are so many scenes in it. Christopher Walken is just narrating you through Creasy, Denzel's character, how violent and dangerous he is, and how at any moment he's an artist. He's in his medium is murder, death. Death is what he says.
He's supposed to watch over that kid, and
Dakota Fanning, right? I think was the girl. Yeah.
Yep, snatched her. And he had to go get her.
He got her back. But I'm telling you, if you watch Taken, you're like, what a great concept. It's like, yeah, they looked at Man on Fire. We're like, let's do that, but with Liam Neeson. Or as they said on Key and Peele, Liam's Neeson's.
That's very fair.
All right, Tyvis, what's your list?
Number 5 for me, I also had to. I could not have Denzel on there, so I went with The Equalizer.
Okay.
I know people are like Training Day, but he's a dirty cop. I know he won his Oscar for that, but Equalizer, he was a bad dude.
Yeah.
For my list, for outside of my number 4, it's people that's like, you don't want to mess with them. Like,
right.
you need to leave them alone. That's how my list is. So number 5 is The Equalizer. Number 4 is Bad Boys.
Oh.
Because that is Bad Boys. If you don't enjoy Bad Boys, something's wrong with you. And obviously they continue to shoot and kill each other or other people, and they keep count of the bodies. And then the comedy between Will and Martin Lawrence is just out of this world.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 for me, Enter the Dragon.
Ooh,
big Bruce Lee guy. I was a big Bruce Lee guy when I was a kid. My pops used to always make me watch those type of movies. I actually like The Last Dragon too with Bruce Leroy.
Okay.
Classic movies, man. But that good fighting movie, man, to see how he ended it at the end. The dude gets the dude without the hand, put the claw on and scratches him up and scratches his face, and he end up just whooping the dude in a room full of mirrors and all those things. It was great. Number 2, John Wick. Because John Wick is just killing from the beginning to the end, and it's just like he's unmessable. Like, ain't nobody. I tell you what, John Wick 2, the scene with him and Common walking through the train station shooting at each other is unbelievable as well. Those two fighting reminded me of Peter and the chicken from Family Guy. That it was on site. It's just on site. It ain't no words being spoken.
By the way,
we just going at it.
Peter and the chicken. How did that never get turned into an actual? Why didn't they just do that with Fox? Do an hour-and-a-half action films, release it in the summer, and see what happens. It could have been worse.
That's the thing that I always tell my friends. Like if me or Sherm get into it, I said, next time I see you, just know it's Peter and the chicken. It's on site. Don't even say nothing to me. Just know that we just going to fight.
I love that.
And then number 1 for me, actually, I'm shocked that I put this at 1. I probably should have put it at 2, but I put it at 1 because I thoroughly enjoyed this. This was back in Blockbuster days where we rented the movie and we sat there and watched both of them consecutively. We had popcorn, the whole 9, big screen TV. Kill Bill.
Oh, Kill Bill for a number 1.
Kill Bill.
That's, you know what? I like that.
I was into it.
That's a great
movie. She was bad. Oh,
Uma Thurman.
Yeah, Beatrix Kiddo.
Yeah, she is something else.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like your list. That's good. Different than mine, but good. Dylan, what's yours?
All right, I cheated a little bit. Mine are all franchises. I didn't want to just pick one out of the franchise. So 5 for me is The Matrix. I feel like when it first came out, everyone was doing the slow-mo, lean back, Keanu Reeves thing.
Exactly
the whole concept that we're living in a simulation.
Yep.
May be accurate. Who knows?
Right.
Number 4, Indiana Jones. Especially, I mean, who has more game when it comes to the ladies than Indiana Jones, while also saving all these artifacts and doing all these things? Like Indiana Jones, my guy. Number 3, The Terminator. Arnold Schwarzenegger. So many great quotes.
I'll be back.
Who knows? That might also come to fruition too with AI.
She goes down.
That's right.
My top 2, also great Christmas movies. You can argue with the wall. Lethal Weapon. Starts out in the Christmas tree farm.
You're right.
A lot of action.
You're right.
Danny Glover.
We know what number 1 is. If that's your number 2, we know what number 1 is.
Number 1 is Die Hard.
Knew it.
Also a great Christmas movie. Christmas Party. Family related.
Some people don't consider that a Christmas movie.
Now, I can't blame you totally for. I think that list is great as well. I didn't put Die Hard on only because, as much as I love it, well, it is a Christmas movie, but also it's the fact that for mine, I wanted to do movies that I mostly had seen in the theaters at one point, or like had an opportunity to see them. because to me, that's what makes a great action movie is being there in the theater with the sound, the lights, the popcorn, all that stuff. So I tried to stay with things that were like in my time frame of where I could have actually gone. My parents were taking me to see Die Hard. I was alive when it came out, but they weren't going to be running me over to watch an R-rated action movie like that. So,
Yippee-ki-yay.
Oh, that's one of the greatest lines of all time. Yeah.
You know what? I feel like they show Die Hard on TV like
they do
like once a week or something.
Do they still show Man on Fire a lot on TNT? Because it feels like that for a long time.
That's like once every 2 months.
You need to watch that movie, though, without it being like you need to watch the full version because it's much more violent than what you see on TV. There's a lot of like hard cutaways right when some of the best stuff happens. And it's like there's a scene where Denzel is on the phone with these people who have kidnapped this girl that he's in charge of watching. They've kidnapped her.
Yep.
And he is talking to them and he's got one of this guy's brothers tied up, like handcuffed to a pole or something. And he's like, hang on, I want to put your brother on the phone. And he pulls out a shotgun and blows his hand off. And then he puts the phone up to his ear and then blows his hand off. And the guy just starts screaming. And he's like, I will take your entire family apart piece by piece. And you're like, yeah, Denzel, do it. Yeah. And then you watch Take It and Liam Neeson's like, I know who you are. I'll find you. And it's like, this has nothing on Man on Fire. Man on Fire is 10 times better.
First of all, you're not going to disrespect Take It like that.
It's fine.
It's a great movie,
But when I saw it after Man on Fire, I'm like, they just did this with weaker sauce.
But you know what I didn't like about Take It is that she got taken twice. That like at some point, you need to just stay in the house. Then I think the third one, I think his wife got taken. I'm like, y'all need to just stay in the house. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. By the way, Taken also has inspired like a whole genre of, or like a whole subculture of humans who believe that like at any moment they go to a target, they're about to be abducted. And it's like, I don't think you are. I think that's not how that happens. One, she was in another country. Two, this is a movie that this doesn't happen. Oh, I know it happens. I don't think it happens as frequently as people after they watch Taken. There was like an epidemic of people panicking about like, I'm going to be abducted at any moment. It's like, you're probably not.
That was one of them movies that Taken did so well that they had to follow it up with something. And I'm just like, no, leave it. Let it be what it is. Like the one was good enough.
Yeah, absolutely right. All right. I see that we have a special guest coming into the studio. We are going to talk to the Jackets' top first round pick, Jackson Smith, in 2 minutes. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Thursday. Well, because of a crash happening on 71 southbound right at 17th Avenue, a big portion of this road is completely closed all the way to Westerville this morning. So a great detour is basically taking every other major road instead of 71 southbound. That's going to be 315, 23. You can even continue on 270 westbound or eastbound, depending on where you're coming from. We'll definitely add a little bit of time to your morning commute, but definitely want to note this. 71 southbound still closed at this hour. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter. Declare your independence on the open road with RCD RV. July 5th through 19th. Shop 650 plus RVs now at rcdrv.com.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Oh, I can't believe we blew a 5-touchdown lead.
Sure, but you got to feel like they were going to win for almost the entire game.
But I was about to buy playoff tickets.
So you were prepared for a good time. That's pretty nice.
It's the worst loss any team has ever had.
And you got to witness history.
Okay, we're done here.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Make your 4th of July a good deal better at Meijer. This week, a family pack of fresh from Meijer 80% lean ground beef is $2.49 a pound. Limit 3. Large seedless watermelons are at a great low price, and Americana apparel and accessories are 50% off. Plus, save a good deal more with hot deals on Meijer brand must-haves, like Meijer chips for $1.99 a bag, and Meijer brand hamburger and hot dog buns just $1.39. Shop Meijer and bring more fresh favorites to your backyard celebration. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
2 men, 1 appendix. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
T-Bone and Tyvis now joining us in studio. It is Jacket's first-round pick, 14th overall in the most recent NHL draft that just occurred last weekend. He is Jackson Smith. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Oh, here, let me turn you on. Go ahead.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm doing great. Super excited to be here in Columbus and be talking to you guys, so it's been awesome.
Early wake-up call, I know, but we've been talking about top 5 action movies. Do you have any action movies that you have enjoyed in your career, in your time of watching movies?
Yeah. Growing up, I always was watching James Bond with my dad.
Oh. We didn't even think about him.
I know that's Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
That was one movie that me and my dad and my older brother always watched. So he's definitely on there. Love John Wick.
Yeah. There you go. You had that one.
Yeah. John Wick's a good one. Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise, all of those are good.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy watching those. The Equalizer.
It's my father.
Love some
Denzel.
Denzel. I was just watching Equalizer 2 the other day. It's a good call.
Equalizer's that's a sick movie to watch. He's cold, so it's pretty good. I don't know others.
Those are all good selections.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good start to it, and that's what we were trying to debate is do we even include like Marvel movies and stuff like that? I think those have to be their own separate thing, the superhero movies.
Yeah, T-Bone ruled it out. So he made the list harder than what it needed to be because I had the Dark Knight and the Avengers and all that on there. He said, yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, they would be in their own. There's so many of those that it's hard to put a list together without some of those in there. So
and I'm sure the last few days have been kind of crazy for you. You get drafted Friday, and then it's instantly we got to do media appearances. We're flying all over the place. We're getting to meet new people that now we're going to be working with. You're going to be going off to Penn State to play your college hockey, but what's it been like so far coming into the city that, hopefully soon we'll see you back here with the big club?
Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, like you said, just get drafted and media, and then you get Saturday. They gave me at least Saturday to chill and hang out with my family. And then Sunday came right out here and started working out and skating. So it's been awesome to get down here and see the place. I've really enjoyed it so far. But yeah, it's I still haven't fully taken in what happened and what is happening right now. But hopefully, I don't know if I will this week, but hopefully once I go back home and kind of get a bit to chill out and kind of just work out and play golf with my boys. And, I think I'll be able to take it in there. And then, of course, going to Penn State there. So it should be a pretty fun season.
So take me back to draft night. Like, did you have a range? Like, did your agent say, you know what, you might be getting picked in this range? Did that fulfill? Was that where you got picked? And when you got the call, like, what was going through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, my agent never told me. My mom was always on him about it. Like, where is he going? Like, what pick? And my agent's always like, it's not when, it's where, and all this. So we never really got any insight from him. But for me, I was kind of a bit of a wild card where I could have gone anywhere from, like, I felt like 6th overall to, I thought the latest I would fall was 15. So I went 14.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, just getting drafted, it was, when the pick started going through and I was getting a little late, my mind started, I was like, am I going to follow the first round here? Like, what's going on? So, yeah, it's been crazy, but just to hear my name get called was unreal. So, just so grateful to be in this situation.
I was pretty excited when I heard, and I know that, you obviously watch a lot of hockey, played a lot of hockey in your life. You're going to play a lot more here, but hearing that you had enjoyed watching a guy named Zach Werenski and that you kind of modeled your game a little bit after him. We obviously around here remember when he came in and we're like, okay, this guy's supposed to be a stud. He came up. He's been great. Now you're like, he's not old, but you're the next generation that's going to probably push a guy like him and learn from him, right? So what's it like now to get to be drafted by a team that he plays for?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because he texted me when I was when I landed in Dallas before I came here for my connection flight. I looked at my phone and it just thought, hey, it's Zach Werenski. And I was like, holy cow, like this is awesome. So yeah, it's pretty awesome to be able to be behind a guy like that and have to get to look up to him and see what he does in this league and hopefully be able to, replicate it. Just to be at his level would be something special. So, hopefully I can even, be able to be better, but that's going to take a lot of work. So I'm super excited for it.
Well, speaking of doing some work, you're going off to Penn State. What are some things that you're looking to improve upon? When you look at your game, obviously you have coaches say you need to work on this, and that. What are some things that you hope to improve upon at your time at Penn State?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of off-ice stuff as well with being more physically ready.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a tall guy, but I think I want to put on a bit more weight, but good weight as well.
I had that same problem when I was your age.
Yeah.
Tall, but just skinny.
Yeah.
I did not have this problem. Either one. Not tall, not skinny. So I've never related to that. But if you want tips on how to fill that out a little bit, I do have some honey buns are good.
Buns, those are good.
So I've got some Pringles here. We can get you in on those. Yeah. So we're good. I got all kinds of ideas for you.
That's awesome. Yeah. So stuff like that. I still want to put on a bit more weight and have good weight that's strong weight.
Mm-hmm.
That helps me on the ice as well. So I think it's going to help me a lot with a nutrition standpoint, and also workouts and everything that they got there. So I think that's a big piece. And then also just keep improving my defensive game.
Yeah.
Well, my full game, but especially my defensive game. I have a lot of offensive talent, but I also want to improve my 200-foot game and be more reliable in the D end so I can play as many minutes as you need me in all situations. I think that's a big piece for being a really good defenseman in this league.
Jackson Smith joining us here on the Fan live in studio. Jack gets first-round pick. I saw that there's 2 first-round picks, obviously. Peter, the goaltender, they also drafted. I saw you got a couple shots against him. That was a cool little moment, right? Did you guys get to talk at all? I know he's not going to be here for a while. He's got to go back to Russia to play for the next few years, but you get a moment to chat with him about what that whole thing has been like for the two of you?
I mean, if you want to try to talk to him, he speaks not much English, so it's
That's fair.
It's hard to talk to him. He speaks all Russian, so it's a little hard to get a convo sparked with him. But we got a guy at the Jackets organization who speaks Russian, so he kind of translates a bit. So when I say something to him, I kind of go through him, but I haven't really gotten to talk about him about the moment of being a first rounder.
Sure, yeah.
So
you talk with your game. You guys, you took some shots on him. That's good. That's probably the easiest way to bond.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you're a native of Calgary, as people from Calgary say. We down here say Calgary. But how did growing up there, how much did you get to see of the Jackets? How much familiarity did you have with this organization? And what did you know about Columbus before you came here?
Yeah, I mean, I saw them a little bit, but honestly, I knew barely anything about Columbus or the Jackets really. So I think when I got drafted here, it was pretty cool because that I know nothing about it. It's really exciting to have that, and it's an adventure in its own, is figuring out the place and figuring out the organization. I played with Charlie Alec, who was drafted last year in the second round. I played with him this year on Tri-Cities, so I kind of figured out a little bit throughout the year what they're about, but didn't know basically anything. So coming into it was a whole new situation.
On the weight gain front, there's a place right across from the arena called Wario's. They do a humongous steak sandwich. Just something I'm throwing out there. Since you're getting familiar with the city, I'm not sure if that's on the nutrition plan, but that's just from me to you.
Yeah,
maybe when they're not looking, you can sneak one of those.
I've tried a few places and it's pretty good, but I have not tried Wario's, so I wouldn't mind to try that.
Put that on the list.
Well, we got to get him updated on the foods. And where have you tried in Columbus?
I've been to Town Hall.
Okay,
really good. The Lox was probably the best bagel I've ever had.
There you go. We've got a good food game
and
here.
Sweet Green's another place that we went.
I'll see that. Yeah, staying on the healthy side of things. That's not bad, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Maybe I need to be with him to get my nutrition better.
I don't have to play hockey. He does, so I probably shouldn't give too many tips because that might not go so well.
Just stay away from the AM Crunch Wraps from Taco Bell. That's a T-bone thing.
Yeah, I love Taco Bell.
That's a you thing too. You like that too. Don't deny it.
I would have never did it if it wasn't for you. And now I'm gaining weight.
I changed his life. That's what he's trying. He's trying to say thank you. He's just not very grateful. He doesn't know how to do that.
Awesome.
But yeah.
That's
well, we
awesome.
are looking forward to having you here. Now, we keep saying you're going to Penn State. I mean, you never know. You come into camp and blow them away. I don't want to limit you on anything. You come in and just like day one. But the plan is right to go to Penn State this year. That's kind of the idea. You will be, though, back in Columbus because Penn State plays Ohio State in hockey. Are you familiar with? We have 2 arenas here. So the Schott is Schottenstein Center on OSU's campus. It's also like an 18,000-seat arena. So you'll get to come and play in that. And I'm sure there'll be quite a few Jackets fans who are like a little torn. They might be Buckeye hockey fans. They're going to be rooting for Ohio State, but they know you're out there. They might want to see the game where, you play some great defense. Maybe you get a nice goal. And then ultimately, when you're not on the ice, maybe the Buckeyes get the victory. But how's that going to be? Are you kind of looking forward already to coming back to Columbus for that moment?
Yeah, I don't think the Buckeyes are getting the victory, but for the other standpoint of it, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Getting back to playing where my NHL team is, so that'll be sweet. And getting to play against those guys, and hopefully, maybe some of the boys come out or some of the fans come out. But when I was at the airport, I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, I got my Penn State bag here, like everybody. But I also had a Columbus Blue Jackets shirt on, and everybody was like, "Oh, welcome to Columbus. Good luck this week," and all that. So I was like, well, I guess Columbus might rule out Penn State for now. So I guess
as long as it's not an M, you good. But then again, if it is an M and you do your thing with the Blue Jackets, they will overlook it.
Look, when that puck goes in the net, or when you stop a shot from getting in the net, no one cares where you went to college at that point. We're all just excited you're wearing the right colors for the Blue Jackets. So that's good. We wish you nothing but the best this season going forward. We look forward to the rest of your time here at the development camp, and then obviously when the big camp starts, we'll hopefully see you back in September, October, and then, have a great college season if that's what happens too. We appreciate you coming in, Jackson.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Jackson Smith, Jackets first-round pick, joining us right here on The Fan. When we come back, we're going to recap that. We're going to talk about where we got everything wrong on our top 5 list when it comes to our action movies. And I have Tyvis Eats a Thing, maybe, the pre-mentioned Pringles. We're going to see if we can get Tyvis to eat those next. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Well, a big portion of 71 southbound is back open this morning after a pretty big crash left a lot of drivers really confused out there. So this portion was happening from 17th Avenue just south of Linden all the way to Westerville. That's the portion we were looking at was completely closed. A lot of people having to get off there with first responders still on scene. Thankfully, again, that has since cleared up. If you are noticing some delays, though, a great alternative is taking 315 or maybe 23 instead, heading into the city. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Wake up and cash. It's Top Picks on Morning Juice, powered by WeWinUwin.com. Professional sports bettor Chad Patrick. Dropping plays and juicing up your Friday mornings with fresh pick winners. WeWinUwin.com. Built by winners for winners. Stop guessing and start cashing.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. I know what it's like to be stuck in that cycle of pain where you're trying to get better. You keep going to the doctor, steroid shots, surgeries. Do not go down that road anymore. Go see my friends at QC Kinetics. They will help treat you without going under the knife and without the meds. QC Kinetics are the leaders in regenerative medicine to help your body heal itself. And I should know, I've been a client there, and they helped me with my knee get back to the running in the summer and going whitewater rafting and all of the things that you enjoy. And this is the critical part about my friends with QC. 92% of patients report satisfaction with their results. That's peace of mind. It's not just a number. They're trying to help you. They're the second opinion that you're looking for to keep you from getting under the knife. To find out if you're a good candidate, go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. The consultation is free, or call 380-284544. That's 380-284544. They have offices all over Central Ohio. So go check them out.
Don't sweat it. Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your air conditioner fast. 1-800-COOLING.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Hear that? That's the sound of freedom. This July, declare your independence on the open road during RCD RV's Declare Your Independence sale, running July 5th through the 19th, offering all-American savings on all in-stock motorhomes, fifth wheels, and travel trailers. Wave goodbye to ordinary vacations and say hello to adventure. Stop by any of our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at rcdrv.com. Celebrate the red, white, and blue with unbeatable savings at RCD RV. RCD RV. Freedom starts on the open road.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's the whole Dr.
Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
Hollywood Casino Columbus is bringing the funny this summer. Tiffany Haddish takes the mic on Friday, July 18th with the Funny and Fearless Tour. Then Dion Cole Live hits the stage Friday, September 5th for a night of nonstop laughs. 2 comedy icons, 2 unforgettable nights. Get your friends, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh all night long. Big names, big laughs, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Morning Juice is live on YouTube. Weekday morning starting at 6. Or on demand whenever you want it. Yeah, whenever. Bobby Carpenter's at your beck and call. And Tito's there too, to clean the toilets. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-372-2017. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-372-2017. 800-372-2017. 800-372-2017.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
When Tyvis looks at Bone, he sees the future. Bald, fat, white. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Our thanks to the Blue Jackets getting Jackson Smith in here, fresh off the NHL draft a few days ago. He is in for developmental camp. He is exploring the city of Columbus. I'm glad we got him the Warriors reference so he could, check that place out.
It does sound good.
He's a big dude, Tyvis.
Yeah,
you're a big guy, and he's standing next to you. He's taller than you.
I know it.
I mean, you get these measurements, and I know they do all the official combine stuff. But
you look at it and be like, okay. You see 6'4", and it's like, okay, the kid's 6'2". Like,
no, he's not.
He's legit. He's legit.
Yeah. So, best of luck to him going forward, and obviously to both first-round picks. That's a pretty cool deal. As we talked about, didn't even know if the Jackets would use either of those picks. Thought they might get traded. Wasn't sure what was going to happen there, right? There were a lot of rumors, a lot of things going on, but I'm glad they used it on him. He seems like he's going to be a good player for the Jackets and hopefully a big part of this organization going forward.
Well, he's got a good competitive edge. He said that the Buckeyes won't win the game.
Oh, I knew. I threw that out there. Like, maybe the Buckeyes get that win. I knew that wasn't going to slide. I wouldn't expect it to. He's going to go play for Penn State this year. Let him live. Now, though, when he comes to town, Penn State comes to town, I hope there's a lot of Jackets fans out for that game.
It will be.
I know we'll be out anyway watching Ohio State hockey, but that'll be just a nice little extra something on that game. That should be a lot of fun.
There'll be a lot of eyeballs on them that game for sure.
If you've missed any part of the podcast of the show, you can check out our podcast. Just go to wherever you get your podcast. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis. It'll pull right up. You click follow, subscribe. You can listen to the episode. We did our top 5 action movies list. We did the interview with Jackson Smith. What else did we do? We talked about a lot of stuff.
Talk about the A's owner who we don't like.
He's terrible.
And we talked about LeBron and what do you think of that?
It's been a busy morning right here on The Fan. Now, though, we've got to do the very important business of Tyvis Eats a Thing Maybe. All right. What I have today for you, this is a Pringles grilled beer brat flavored thing. So if you're looking on YouTube, the branding, it's Pringles grilled beer brat. The beer on it is probably Coors Light. We're just going to assume it is for sponsorship reasons in this studio. It may be another one. Have you had these, Tyvis? Do you like a Pringle in general?
Yeah, I enjoy a Pringle.
Okay.
I'm more of the pizza guy.
Oh, the pizza Pringles are great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I figured in honor of the 4th of July, Independence Day, people are going to be grilling out all that stuff.
Yes.
A grilled beer brat is a thing lots of people are going to have on the grill.
Wait a minute. Before you go on, did you see that they dropping a Taco Bell 2 a.m. Pringle?
Oh, I thought this was going to be another conversation about how we don't need a bun on a grilled brat. That was why I sighed. I'm glad this was actually something about not that. That's good. I was pre-ready for you to say you're going to put a piece of bread around that brat.
That's a given. I'm not even going to go there because that's a given. But no, I seen it.
No, I haven't seen
yesterday.
that.
I seen it.
We got to check that out.
They had Taco Bell 2 a.m. I don't know what it means, the season it means, but Taco Bell after 2 a.m.
I see.
That's
now
the name of it.
You know what? How could it be bad? Other than I'm not a dill pickle fan, you know that. But other than that, I've never had a Pringles chip that I've not enjoyed at some level.
The dill pickle, like sunflower seeds, I love a good dill pickle sunflower seed.
I just can't do the pickle flavoring. I'm not a fan.
You missing out on life. I feel bad for you.
So I have these Pringles. Here are the prices. You tell me if you get it right, you don't have to eat these. Although, Dylan, I feel like in honor of Independence Day, we should all just try them anyway. But if he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to. That's always the deal on Tyvis Eats a Thing Maybe. This is $2.29, $2.49, or $2.69 for the Pringles grilled beer brat, one canister. The pricing is from a big box grocery store, so it's not like I got this on some weird website.
I'm gonna go $2.69. You gotta be kidding me. It's less than $2.69.
Go ahead and pop it open.
It's a special edition.
$2.49 right now at your local grocery store. These are beer brat Pringles. How's it smell?
It smell like a donut.
Well, that's not what they're going for.
It will smell like a fresh donut.
Now I'm going to try them too. Now, will you eat? I know you don't. You obviously don't drink.
No,
but
I don't.
But have you had like a beer brat? Have you ever had one of those where it's been soaked in beer and then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can at least have a reference. There's a little bit of a smokiness to this. I'm not going to lie. Dylan, come on in here. Put the headphones down. Come and get some of these and let me know what you think. I don't want to.
It's not bad.
Everybody should get a chance to have these.
It definitely tastes like a brat, though. Like the aftertaste is a brat.
That is wild. There is a savoriness to this. I mean, it should be, right? But I didn't think they would get it this close. Yeah, take some back in the list. Know what you think, Dylan.
When the aftertaste come in, you taste the brat. It's crazy.
Yeah, it really does. That's good. You know what? I'm going to add those to the list. Not the list that we did earlier today, but the list at the grocery store. I'm going to add these into when I go now. These are going to be on there. It's a limited edition.
Yeah, they're fine. They're definitely a nice change up. I'd still take the pizza over them.
Dylan, what's your first impression of these things?
They don't taste like I thought they would.
No, but
they are smoky, like you said.
I think they're going for the grilled flavor. Nothing replaces the taste of an actual brat. I do know what you're saying though, Tyvis, about the aftertaste. Where now it does feel like in the back of my throat, back of my mouth, it feels like I just had a brat. That is true. There's a little bit of breadiness to it too. That's probably why, because they had to incorporate the bun flavor on the brat, because that's how normal people eat brats is with a bun.
Well,
how do you eat a brat, Tyvis? If you were going to eat a brat, what would you eat with it? Like you're just cutting it up and eating it? You make got some onions with it? What are you doing with your brat?
I just cut it up. I cut it up in like little pieces, like when you do your kids, when you cut your food up. I cut it up like that, and then I have a thing of mustard on the side, and I dip it in mustard and eat it.
Does your mom come over and cut it up for you?
that tickled you?
I mean, you did mention that it's like how a child eats a hot dog.
I like to give people a visual of what I'm saying.
You don't want to choke on it like a 2-year-old. You have to cut them small so they don't,
Them little circles.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. You cut it, boom, dip it in the mustard or the ketchup, whatever you.
I'm going to use one of your phrases. That's sad. That's how you eat a brat. I feel bad. Like if that's how you like it, that's fine. I just feel bad that that's your experience.
I like to get to the taste. I don't need the bread to water down the taste.
I admitted that I don't eat it with the bun for health reasons, but I'm not cutting up a hot dog or a brat like I'm a small child. I'm just sticking the fork in it and eating it.
What are you, a caveman? No. No.
No, caveman would be if he just grabbed it off the plate with his hand and ate it.
You got to have a little bit of class. A little class.
Cut it up with a fork and knife.
Like if you're at a restaurant, you would just grab the thing and just eat it like that. No, people going to look at you weird.
The Steelers are all in this season, according to them. Vegas does not agree. I will talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Well, a big portion of 71 southbound is back open this morning after a pretty big crash left a lot of drivers really confused out there. So this portion was happening from 17th Avenue just south of Linden all the way to Westerville. That's the portion we were looking at was completely closed. A lot of people having to get off there with first responders still on scene. Thankfully, again, that has since cleared up. If you are noticing some delays, though, a great alternative is taking 315 or maybe 23 instead, heading into the city. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter. Declare your independence on the open road with RCD RV. July 5th through 19th. Shop 650 plus RVs now at rcdrv.com.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay minus 108 than minus 110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sports book. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whether it's water heater trouble, clogged or leaky pipes, or sub pump worries, Logan Services has you covered. With service calls for just $79. We're fast, friendly, and here to help you with your plumbing projects. Logan Services.
Let's be honest, we could all use a little vacation from the ordinary. But with Tim Hortons' new refreshers, you don't need to pack your bags. Just sip, relax, and enjoy your refreshing 16-ounce vacation. With tropical mango packed with real pineapple and mango pieces. And strawberry watermelon kiwi featuring real pieces of strawberry and kiwi. Also, try it with lemonade or coconut milk. A choose-your-own taste bud adventure. Head to Tim's for the new refreshers. Your 16-ounce vacation awaits. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants.
These are the sounds of children playing and families laughing. But these sounds were cut short. Cut short because Ohio doesn't require gates and lights at every railroad crossing. Crossbucks and stop signs? Really? Crossbucks and stop signs just aren't enough. But you can help. Report unsafe railroad crossings at angelsontrack.org. Because bad crossings kill good drivers. Sponsored by Angels on Track, aired by OAB and this station.
The big one is back. The Good Guys 27th Summit Racing Nationals presented by PPG. July 11th through the 13th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Over 6,000 of the nation's baddest hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Don't miss Good Guys autocross racing action. A tire-smoking burnout competition. A pro street takeover. Earth-shaking nitro thunderfest. Meet the top builders in the industry and more. July 11th through the 13th at the Ohio Expo Center. Details at good-guys.com.
The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tales of animals from around the world. Explore our newest region, North America Trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo.
This week, Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame moment takes a look at the club's move to a new ballpark on June 30th, 1970. After 86 years of playing ball at ballparks at Findlay and Western Avenues in the west end of Cincinnati, the Reds would move into a new home on the banks of the Ohio River.
Cincinnati Reds baseball tonight from Cincinnati's Riverfront Stadium. The game between the Cincinnati Reds and the Atlanta Braves. Here's Ed Kennedy and Pee Wee Reed.
Well, this is the night we've been looking forward to for so long to share with you, and we think that you feel the same way about being a part of this opening night here at the grand and brand new Riverfront Stadium here in Cincinnati. For the Cincinnati Reds, the man who pitched the last game in Crosby Field, who pitched the first game in Riverfront Stadium, that's Jim McLaughlin. All right, the Reds on the bat, if you want to take a look at that, is about as you would expect. Bernie Carbo in left field, Bobby Tolan in center, and Pete Rose in right. At first base, Lee May. At second base, Tommy Helms. The shortstop is Woody Woodward, and Tony Perez the third. Jim McLaughlin is the pitcher, and Johnny Bench is the catcher.
The Braves would come out on top on that hot, humid Cincinnati summer night. The Reds would have to wait till the following night, July 1st, to post their first win at Riverfront, beating the Braves 9-2. The Hall of Fame moment is brought to you by Western and Southern Financial Group. Put their financial strength behind you. Visit westernsouthern.com.
Evan Cohen here. According to a recent ZipRecruiter survey, 76% of employers plan to expand headcount for 2025. If you're one of these employers, add ZipRecruiter's latest feature, Zip Intro, to your hiring plan. It does most of the work for you, so you save time. Just pick a time, and Zip Intro finds and schedules qualified candidates for you. You can even meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL. Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sportsbook for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Cincinnati Reds played 2 games yesterday in Boston, the first being a continuation of a suspended game from Tuesday night. The Redlegs dropped that one 5-3, but in Game 2, they were able to bounce back, beating the Sox 8-4 with help from a Christian Encarnacion Strand grand slam in the 7th inning. The Reds have the day off today. They'll start a series in Philly tomorrow. The Cleveland Guardians dropped their 6th game in a row last night, falling to the Cubs 5-4. Tanner Bybee received a loss, giving up 5 runs in just 4 innings pitched. The Guardians will finish their series in Chicago tonight. First pitch is at 8:05. And down in AAA, the Columbus Clippers defeated the Mud Hens 13-0. They will finish the series up in Toledo tonight before coming home for a weekend series at Huntington Park. This update was sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter. Visit them in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala or at rcdrv.com.
Both of these men love the Browns. Also, both of these men hate the Browns. If you know, you know. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
We did the list today, 7:15, top 5 action movies of all time. In the YouTube chat right now, Muggsy's Leaper says Terminator 2, Last Action Hero, Total Recall, Demolition Man. He said those were his favorite action movies. Super Saver Cinema, Glengarry Shopping Center, $1.50 movie theaters was the best thing to happen after sports card collecting got played out. Yeah. If you grew up in Columbus, so there was Super Saver Cinema up there in Westerville, and there was one I know over on the east side by Bryce Road, the Bryce Outlet Mall, right over by the J.C. Penney outlet. I used to go to that place all the time. That's where we saw movies. They were like second run, where after they got out of the theaters and the big theaters, they'd put them in the $1.50 cinema. We used to go there all the time to watch movies. But those are some great calls, too. It was a tough list today. We had a difficult time figuring it all out.
I was just happy that Jackson had the Equalizer on there, and he had, what was my other one he had? John Wick. So
he did have a John Wick.
So him and I, it shows that I'm still young.
Jackson's list was better than any of ours. I'm just going to say that.
It was.
I think it was.
It was really good. If you missed it, Jackson Smith, Jacket's first round pick, came into the studio around 7:30. You can go listen to that on the podcast, wherever you get podcasts. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis, or go to YouTube. The stream will be posted right after the show. You can go watch him. He was here in studio. And Tyvis, you stood up next to him. He's all a 6'4".
He's legit.
Yeah.
He's legit 6'4".
Big dude, likely to play at Penn State this year. That's the plan, unless he just comes in and is just destroying everybody. But, that's a tough defensive core to break into as a true first-round pick rookie. But I'm sure he'll have if he doesn't do that, he'll have a great season out of Penn State, and we will see him here very soon. Steelers all in this season. They are going in. They've got Aaron Rodgers, right? They're making trades. They traded for Jalen Ramsey.
Mm-hmm.
They've got, just trying to make it something that you would think the Steelers have been this 9-8, 10-7, all these different numbers that I have to do math on now because it's not 16, it's 17. You'd think I'd be used to it, but I'm not.
That's why you can't wait for him to go to 18.
Yeah, make it easier for me.
9-9.
But in either case, that's kind of where they've hovered the last few years. Not winning playoff games. It's been a long time since they won that Super Bowl back in, 2008 that Tomlin won? It's been a while.
That long?
I believe.
Where they beat the Cardinals?
Double check me on that, Dylan, but I'm pretty sure it's been either 2008 or 2010. Somewhere in that range is when they last won a Super Bowl, which, granted, that's more recent than the Browns or Bengals have won a Super Bowl. But Steelers fans have high expectations, as they should. They've won a lot of Super Bowls over the years. They want to get back to it. Vegas, though, doesn't think this is the year for the Steelers, regardless of what the Steelers organization thinks. They are favored in only 6 of the 17 games on the schedule right now.
And 2 of them is against the Browns.
Well, I wasn't necessarily going to bring that up, but since you did. Week 1 at the Jets, Aaron Rodgers goes against his former team. They are favored by 3. They're on the road there. Week 2 versus the Seahawks, favored by 1.5 at home. Then versus the Browns at home, 6.5 point favorites there. Versus the Colts at home, they are 3.5 point favorites. That's sad that the Colts Vegas believes a better chance of beating the Steelers than the Browns do. Week 15 versus the Dolphins are 2.5 point favorites as of now, and Week 17 versus with the Browns on the road, they are minus 2.5 on the road. So those are the games the Steelers are favored. Every other one, not. So Vegas not confident this team's going to win a bunch of games.
It's because of the Aaron Rodgers factor. Aaron Rodgers can either take you over the top or it could be a disaster. There is no in between. He was just okay. Like, that's not it. Like, he's going to be historically good or he's going to be historically bad. And nobody knows. I mean, obviously coming off the season that he had last year, it was bad. So it's like a lot of people think that it's probably going to be the same thing. He's towards the end of his career. Allegedly, this is his farewell tour, allegedly.
Well, that's what he's saying. And he's saying that this will probably be the last ride for him, and then you'll never hear from him again. Which are two statements that I can't believe are both fully true, because the man said this on Pat McAfee's show, where he doesn't have to go on there. He chooses to go on there to collect $1 million paycheck every year, something he probably also doesn't need but wants to do. It feeds his ego and it feeds his bank accounts. So he's going to keep doing stuff like that. I don't think he'll disappear. I also am not convinced it'll be his last year if it goes well. If he has some kind, I don't think he will, but if he has a great year, you tell me then he's just like, yep, I'm walking away. I'm done. I don't buy it.
He's going into politics.
Oh, I forgot. He's going to go run Health and Human Services. So go ahead, Dylan.
2 things. One, it was the 2008 season. The Super Bowl was played in February 2009, though.
Yeah.
And 2, as a gambling nerd, this tells me bet the under on the Steelers win total. They have it set at 8.5, but they're telling you what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Well, if they have them only favored in 6 games, they're playing on the Mike Tomlin doesn't have a losing record factor. They think people are going to, bet that.
Right.
But they're telling you what they honestly think. So if you're into the gambling and you want to bet win totals, probably under on the Steelers this year.
Well, right. And I think that is a little bit of just telling how, the betting public thinks. It's obviously these the lines are based off what all these betting houses think is going to happen, what's likely to keep things at 50-50 for them. They want even money on both sides of this, right? But when it ultimately comes down to it, if you say 8.5 wins for the Steelers, they think roughly half the bettors are going to say over, roughly half the bettors are going to say under. When you get into individual games where it's like, yeah, but will they beat this team? That gives you such a clear picture of where, again, the gambling public, which is notoriously wrong. I mean, that's how Vegas and all these gambling houses make money, is when we're wrong. But they seem to think, yeah, the Steelers are not likely to do well. These lines will all change. If the Steelers go out and get blown out in their first 3 games, they won't be favored in any more games. If they go out and smoke these first 3 games and win by 20 in each of them, then they'll be favored in all of them probably. So
that first game's going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah, versus the Jets on the road.
Because both quarterbacks are trying to prove.
Oh, yeah. And both quarterbacks essentially it wasn't like for like, but Justin Fields was with the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers was with the Jets. And now both those teams are hoping, we got rid of the baggage. Now we got the dude. And so we'll see which one of them is right in 1 week.
It's actually going to be a good game because both teams got really good defenses as well. And it's up to if the offense can figure it out.
The storylines are there. The storylines abound in that type of game. So you're right. That's what we love about the NFL. It seems like every week there's something like that where, oh, here's this former quarterback going up against his old team. Oh, here's this ex-coach who got fired from here, and now he's going up against a team that doubted him with his new job, that kind of stuff.
Do you think Alan Lazard will purposely drop a pass to make Aaron Rodgers look good?
No. Why? Why would he do that?
I don't know. It's Aaron.
Why would he want to do that?
Because Aaron Rodgers put Alan Lazard's kids in private school.
Yeah, well.
I guess that's true. I mean, it's there's loyalty only goes so far, though. You got to go through signing your paychecks now, I would hope. The Jackets off season continues it's ongoing, right? We have plenty more layers to this off season to find out, but a lot of the musical chairs game has happened, and a lot of seats have already been pulled. Don Waddell was asked to talk about his strategy. He did so. We'll tell you what he said next. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Well, your roads are definitely looking a lot better right now. Time saver traffic map are pretty average with your drive times this morning here. A little bit slower, though, if you're heading over to the downtown scene, especially on 670 and that 315 strip. Good morning to our folks over in Powell and Worthington. If you are stepping out the door, 270 westbound and eastbound looking pretty good. 315 southbound pretty up to par with your drive times. The main concern for you is going to be on US 23 northbound. 37 miles per hour we are clocking in for your drive times. Be sure to be extra cautious on the roads this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Limit 10. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Aaron, guess what we're getting ready to celebrate?
America's birthday?
That's right. How did you guess?
Well, you're dressed like Yankee Doodle, and you're wearing a tri-corner hat, and you've got a snare drum.
Get Eco. G-E-T-E-C-O. Get Eco. They can really go. Get Eco. For your Cinco. Fix and a Blinko. You'll think-o. Hooray! Get Eco. G-E-T-E-C-O. Get Eco. You'll be cool like snow. Get Eco. Like an ice Ringo. Puerto Rico. Get Eco today. Huh? What do you think?
Jerry, are you suggesting that Puerto Rico become the 51st state?
I could invent a brand new 51-star flag.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
Have a safe 4th of July, everyone.
At Delta Dental of Ohio, we understand oral and vision health is connected to overall well-being. With Delta Dental and Delta Vision, you get affordable, comprehensive coverage from a name you know and trust. Our plans are designed to keep your teeth strong and vision clear, so you can confidently smile at life. 2 great plans, 1 name you can trust. Learn more at deltadentaloh.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
He shoots, he scores! No matter your sport, it's a great time of year to be a fan. But the fun stops when you or a loved one can't control your gambling. At Maryhaven, we're here to help. Whether it's gambling, drugs, alcohol, or mental health, you don't have to go it alone. With in-person, virtual, and group options, Maryhaven meets you where you are. Always judgment-free. Go to maryhaven.com today. That's maryhaven.com.
The Fan is the official station of summertime. Sipping on a lemonade, the smell of fresh-cut grass in the air, and Common Man playing fart noises on the radio.
Was that a fart?
Ah, summer. The Fan, Ohio's summer destination.
Now is a great time to schedule a back-to-school dental appointment. Dr. Hal Jeter, president of the Ohio Dental Association, is here to tell us more.
Your child's teeth and gums need the right food, nutrition, and vitamins to grow strong and stay healthy. Help them maintain good oral health by brushing every morning and night, flossing, visiting the dentist twice a year, and developing good eating habits. As kids head back to school, it's important to know that foods and drinks high in sugar, acidity, and other cavity-promoting substances are often low in nutritional value, and they have the potential to create plaque capable of damaging tooth enamel. A back-to-school dental appointment can diagnose any potential problems and improve your child's oral health. Ohio Dental Association member dentists are located throughout the state, are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and obtain superior ongoing education and training. Ask if your dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association so you know you are being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit oda.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
What a refreshing morning for us as we have temperatures in the mid to upper 60s and mostly clear skies. This afternoon, temperatures soaring into the upper 80s with plenty of sunshine, very limited chances of showers and storms. Mostly clear in 60s tonight, and for the 4th of July, we'll see highs in the low 90s with plenty of sunshine, very minimal chances for a stray shower or storm. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Tyvis Powell is a legendary Buckeye. T-Bone loves to eat Buckeyes. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. Tyvis has got something to tell you. Oh,
that's
that
a
microphone.
Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Oh, yeah. Listen, usually it's Shot in the Ace Fridays, but due to the fact that it's a holiday, it's now Shot in the Ace Thursday. The days are longer, the weather's perfect, and everything's calling you to get out and enjoy. If you're not feeling up for it, not sleeping well, not feeling strong, it's time to find out why. Tri-State Men's Health, because what you're feeling could be low testosterone. Usually when you get to the early to mid 30s, guys start losing 2 to 3% of their testosterone production every year. It happens gradually, and before you know it, you're just not the same person you were when you were in your early 20s. You could have a decrease in libido. You could be putting on weight. You could have less productivity at the gym and not seeing those gains that you used to, or you're not sleeping well, or you're just sad and depressed. If you have these symptoms, you need to go to tristatemenshealth.com, take the low T quiz on their website. It's a simple 10-question quiz with yes and no answer. It takes literally 2 minutes. Schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health. They will do your lab work and have your results within 30 minutes, and they move very fast. A licensed medical provider will review your results with you and discuss your options, and you will make the decision together with the medical team. The cost of the appointment is $99, which includes a medical consult, T and PSA test. If you're up for a testosterone treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. There are 6 locations, 2 here in Columbus, Ohio, Hilliard, and Westerville. Most men wait a year or longer. There's no need to wait. Call them today at 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com.
So the Jackets off-season going right now. Developmental camp happening. A lot of the young guys are in. We had Jackson Smith on in the 7 o'clock hour, 7:30. Go back and listen to the podcast wherever you get podcasts. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis. But that, we were wondering going into last week as the draft was Friday, are the Jackets going to move a pick? They're going to move both picks? Are they going to, get some guys to improve now as opposed to the future? But that didn't happen. They drafted with both picks, 14 and 20. They ended up not really landing a big, humongous free agent, right? I think Charlie Coyle is the biggest name you could say they brought in, and He'll add some depth there at the center position.
Baker loves the move.
Yeah, good move. Like you do get better by having him on the roster. I'm not saying it's terrible.
It's nothing like that. It's not Mitch Marner, but
Well, that's the biggest move they made.
Well,
right? I mean,
I'm just saying.
The thing that was talked about all offseason, or even during the season, but as we got into this offseason, was they need to improve the blue line a little bit, and you need to improve the goaltending situation. Neither of those things have really happened. Doesn't mean that the blue line can't just get better. Don Waddell has talked a little bit about how need to not have injuries, right? Need to have guys healthy. And last year, if they had a few more guys healthy, Boone Jenner missed significant time. Sean Monahan missed significant time.
Yeah.
If those guys are healthy, there's two ways to look at it, right? You could have the argument that the Jackets were just a couple games away from making the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And if we had those guys healthy, maybe that would have been a difference maker. However, you could also look at it as you got some really good seasons out of some guys. You know, I'd say Zach Werenski had one of the best seasons he's ever had.
Mm-hmm.
This core of guys has improved, and they are still very young, but they had a pretty good year, all things considered, especially the stuff that happened, you know, the tragedy before the season with Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau.
Yeah.
That's still, after overcoming all that, and as good of a season as they had, they were a couple points short. That's an argument as much to make an improvement as anything, I think, is that you're that close, and yet it still didn't get there. You still didn't get over that line. Well, Don Waddell was talking to the media, and one of the things that he brought up, or was asked about, was Ivan Provorov. He signs a 7-year, $56 million deal to stay here in Columbus. Don Waddell talked about the thought process in getting him back on board.
Well, what happens in all these kind of negotiations, you know, deadlines, I've always said deadlines make you make deals on both sides. And obviously, we really wanted Provi to stay here. And I think you heard it, he wanted to stay here. You know, so when you're talking, when you have 2-3 weeks prior, you know, there's talks, but you don't get down to the nuts and bolts as much as, you know, the last 24 hours or so, where we know, you know, from our end that as of today, he could sign with anybody. And so I think that's the biggest thing as you approach deadlines, and whether it's the draft or whatever it is, deadlines usually creates action.
Yeah, I mean, he's saying essentially that they had all this talk about these guys, but then when the time comes to put the pen to the paper, how easy is it to get someone to come to Columbus or you know, whatever they were looking to deal? And the reality was they didn't want to move the picks, players, prospects, whatever it took to get some of these top guys. They'd rather stay safe with the guy they know in Provorov. But
your guy,
that price tag, man, it's not that I don't like him as a player. That price tag is just so big. And especially when you saw Vladislav Gavrikov, guy who played here.
Here we go.
Signs with the Rangers. He played for L.A. He left to go to L.A., right? I think he got dealt for, I want to say that was when we dealt him in part. One of the things that we got back was Jonathan Quick, who was a goaltender. That's a great goaltender, right? Mm-hmm. Stanley Cup winner with the Kings, who came here and then was here for literally was here for, I think, a day. That he was just, it was part of trade bait to like move him around. They were doing other things, but I still remember like people having the tributes to Jonathan Quick for his like 12 hours that he was a Jacket.
Wait, he do? Oh, excuse me.
They didn't. It was like
who had a tribute?
Fans goofing around, like just making like little things online.
I thought you was saying the Jackets did. I was going to be like, are you kidding?
Maybe they did tongue in cheek, but yeah, the point I'm making is when he left, a lot of Jackets fans were pissed off because that was a dude who was a tough-nosed defender who did a lot of things in front of net to help you win games. He's done some good things in L.A. Now New York, they've been excited to have him, and they got him for less than what it took to get Provorov. And I think if you put the two players on the ice side by side, there's no one who would take Provorov over Gavi right now. So that's one of those deals that once you hold the mirror up and once you start, you know, looking around a little bit too, you see you could have had a defenseman that would. Now, what does it take for him to come back here? Maybe he would have wanted, I don't know, maybe to play in New York, he'd take less. Maybe to come here, he'd take a little more. I don't know. But still, I'm surprised that deal didn't, that wasn't something that was, maybe they called and maybe he said, no, thanks. I have no desire to go sign with you.
We
I don't
always
know.
have to put that caveat out there. That I'm assuming that they called. But
if they didn't, then
then they playing it safe than sorry. And if you play it safe, you usually are sorry.
Well, but you know what? This is the sport, right? I mean, at some point, if you're on the field, if you're on the ice, if you're on the court, and you don't get the job done, people get mad.
Yes.
If you're in the front office and you say, well, we called, we tried, it's one off season, right? Don Waddell last year is the start of his tenure. Obviously, it was an immense amount of lift that had to go on just to get this Jacket season off the ground, given everything that went on and all the bad that was happening prior to the tragedy with the Gaudreau brothers. I'm not denying that it was a tough year, but now you're moving forward from that. This offseason was definitely underwhelming from, I think, a lot of Jackets fans' perspective. It's not wrong for Jackets fans to question, all right, is this all that we're going to see?
To me, when given the moves that they've made and what they've essentially said is they're essentially running it back with just a lot of guys. To me, they're betting on themselves. They're betting on the fact that it was just the injuries, that if we stay healthy, this team is good enough to make the playoffs. However, my issue with that is that your ceiling that you want is just to make the playoffs? Like, to me, I feel like the Jackets will make the playoffs next year. But I didn't want them to just make the playoffs. I wanted them to go up against good teams and be, like, actually able to win those matches. Like, that's why I thought this offseason was going to be when you talked about, we're going to be trading the picks. We got all this cap space. So I'm thinking, okay, with that being said, that means now y'all trying to, because y'all already showed that against some good teams, y'all can do well. But I wanted y'all to actually have a shot at winning this thing next year. And don't get me wrong, I know I'm naive. I know it takes time you can't just build a championship team overnight and over 1 year. Yeah, I get that. But still, the moves that they made to me don't give me the satisfaction that if they go up against the Florida Panthers or something like that, I'm not expecting them to win that game, to where they could have done that if they made some better moves this offseason.
To your point, I mean, what are we here for, right? It's not to just let's make – I know that over time there are a lot of Jackets fans who feel this way, and I'm with you to a degree. I want to get to a point where we build it the right way.
Yeah, I agree.
Playing younger guys, keeping some guys who you drafted, and then they've come to love the culture here. They understand what it takes to win. You don't build culture overnight. I do get that. But the other part of that is, at some level, not wanting to ever take a backward step can cause you to not take the steps you need to take to move forward in a quicker timeline. There is a way where you can look at this and say, Don Waddell has been here for a year. Dean Evison has been here for a year. Give them time. Fair. Jackets fans have been here for 25 years, and they have seen very little winning at all. I can't blame either side for wanting to do things their way. The front office is trying to move things in a smart but also thorough manner towards winning quickly, and they think they will win if they stay healthy this year. My concern, and a lot of Jackets fans' concern, is been here for 25 years. Tell me the season where the Jackets have stayed healthy. Tell me how many times the Jackets have led the league in man minutes lost or man games lost to injury. It has to be more than 7 or 8 seasons where that's happened of the 25. Like, not that you don't know, right? You don't know what the injury situation is going to be, but I would rather be prepared for that by stocking up and overspending. And there is a growing concern from some Jackets fans. I've seen this online. I've seen lots of people vocalizing this. Is there an internal cap with the McConnell family? Are they, the cap's going up. There's all this cap room the Jackets have, but they're not going to be allowed to use it because the McConnells don't want to get close to that number. They want to kind of slowly eke up to that. I cannot believe that's the case.
No, listen, you don't want to be
cannot be the case.
You don't want to be like the Dolan.
Well, that's what I'm right. I'm saying
you don't want to be like the Guardians. Don't do that.
And in baseball, we know there's no cap, right? They can spend whatever they want. In the NHL, you do have to abide by the salary cap. I also know they have lots of young players that they need to get signed, right? So there are some restricted free agents you have to think about. You have to make sure you get good deals for those guys. I'm sure that's what we're going to see in the next few weeks, I would hope, that's going to fill some of that cap space. But the point is, you can still sign some of those guys and still go make some splashes. Maybe we should all just blame Elliot Friedman for this. And Pierre LeBron and all these guys that write about the Jackets, and everyone was, we're hearing big moves for the Jackets. Everyone, it wasn't just him, it was everybody. Everyone was saying the Jackets are in on some dudes.
Maybe the Jackets was ready and the other teams kind of backed out. It could be a thing too.
It goes both ways though, right? The teams ultimately, those other teams, they want the best deal they can get. And if the Jackets are low playing it and saying, well, we don't want to give up this guy or that guy or that guy, yeah, I mean, that's playing it safe. And I just, at some point, John Tortorella used to say all the time, safe as death. I know he doesn't work here anymore. I understand that some of his philosophy doesn't apply anymore, but that guy won a lot of games in hockey. And at some point, I don't want to see the Jackets just play it safe for another 5 years and just, then maybe the next crop will, Zach Werenski kind of goes past his prime, and then suddenly we're talking about the next generation and next crop of dudes. I want to see this. They are right now, they have some talented players either smack in the middle of their prime or just entering it. I want to see that filled roster with some veteran guys who know how to win in the playoffs in this league.
We got a guy that eats minutes.
We do. And again, no one is saying Provorov is bad. He's not. He's very good. But literally the biggest thing you can take away from this offseason is the Jackets front office saying, well, if we just stay healthy, we would have made the playoffs. Right. But so then this year, if we could stay healthy, maybe, fingers crossed, we'll make the playoffs. I think Jackets fans are saying, when do we compete in the playoffs and actually be a team that goes and is competing for an Eastern Conference final? That kind of thing.
Now you sound like the Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
I know. How dare we try to have expectations? Aren't you happy you have a hockey team? Rob Manfred should have to answer a lot of questions about this ongoing fiasco with the A's. We will talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there. Well, for those living over in Delaware County, we do want to let you know about some ongoing lane restrictions for you. So the US 36 between 42 and S Section Line Road will be closed again, 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. We'll be continuing till about Friday because of some road repairs happening. It has been going on this whole entire project since Monday. Again, we'll be ending on Friday, though, so not too much longer. Just again, make sure you note those lane restrictions on 36. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T.
Happens to most guys after 40. I was in the same boat until I started using Nugenix Total T2.
Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text CASH to 231231. CASH to 231231. CASH to 231231.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tales of animals from around the world. Explore our newest region, North America Trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo.
Newman Roofing is proud to sponsor the Fan and 10 TV's Beat the Heat fan drive. Help Ohio's most vulnerable residents deal with the extreme heat this summer. Purchase new box fans and take them to the nearest Franklin County Fire Station or buy online. For more information, go to lifecarealliance.org.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Your home for football, food, and fun. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
If you are a sports fan in the state of Ohio, you probably already know about this, but if you don't, let me tell you. Prime Sportsbook Ohio, it is bringing you a massive welcome deposit match offer. You deposit up to $400 for your initial deposit. Prime Sportsbook Ohio will match that up to $400 in bonus bets. And those bonus bets you can use anytime. They're good for up to a year. So you place your deposit now, you get that matching bonus bet. You can save those for football season or basketball or hockey, whatever you want. Or you can bet them all tomorrow. It's up to you. It's all yours at primesportsbook.com. Or if you go download the Prime Sportsbook Ohio app in your app store. But do it today. primesportsbook.com or the Prime Sports Ohio app to get that welcome deposit match offer. Additional terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and older and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Please play responsibly. So we talked a little bit about this earlier in the show. The Oakland A's used to be the name of that team. Mm-hmm. Now they play in Sacramento, but they just go by the A's. They're like the artist formerly known as Prince, but less cool by a mile. So they're playing. I have to look up the stadium. I forget what the capacity is. I don't think it's more than 10,000, the minor league stadium they're playing in.
And they barely feel that.
They're not selling that out. Isn't that pathetic? This is a major. By the way, Rob Manfred.
Maybe it's during the week, maybe during Wednesdays and stuff like that. That would make sense.
Rob Manfred has not one, but 2 Major League Baseball teams currently playing in minor league ballparks.
Who's the other one?
Tampa. Because remember, they had their stadium got ripped apart by the hurricane. And they were going to. Now, that's something you can't necessarily control. But part of the problem is it's going to take a while to finish that and get Tropicana Field back to where you can have games in it. So they had to find a spot. At least they kept it somewhat in the area. But That one presents a separate problem because now Tampa's good again. If they make the playoffs, you're going to have playoff games in a minor league ballpark.
Tampa's going to make playoffs.
Well, that's right. I'm saying. So, like, this is a reality that you're already faced with. At least in Sacramento, you don't have to worry about the A's making the playoffs, but that's still a situation. You have two teams in minor league ballparks, however you slice it. With that A's situation, though, you have an owner in John Fisher who turned down $700 million from Oakland and the county to stay and keep the ball club there. He then decided to take $300-something million, I think it's $375, from the Las Vegas, whatever, that county, the state, whatever, all combined. $300 million in public money, so less than he would have got in Oakland, to build on a smaller plot of land, but it's in Las Vegas. Did groundbreaking the other day. They had heavy equipment, dirt movers behind him. Looked like they were, we're getting ready to start building this thing. And then it turns out, nope, those were rented just for the appearance. They're not actually going to be a part of it. They don't have any. It doesn't appear they even have a memorandum of understanding of building this thing. The costs already have skyrocketed from 1.5 to 1.75. Economists who have looked at this said it's no way they're going to, if they don't start building tomorrow, there's little to no chance this thing is going to cost less than $2 billion. And the financing that he has for this, John Fisher, is probably going to leave him at least $1 billion short of the cost that it's going to take to build this thing. And there are a lot of people around baseball who doubt that he has the money, the capital, they like cash flow to just pay $1 billion himself to build this stadium.
They're gonna force him to sell that team.
I don't know how Rob Manfred didn't do that when he looked at Oakland and said no thanks on $700 million, $700 million, I think it was. The Browns got $600, right, from the state of Ohio?
Yes.
It was more than that, I know. I think it was $700 million.
Well, I think he believes that his organization, I think Las Vegas wants something. They want a team. And I think he's like, well, I can use this as an excuse to move my team to Las Vegas, a place where he feels that they would be more appreciated. But if they can't even pay for the stadium, I don't know why would you even put them in a position like that? You might as well just give it to somebody that can. Don't get me wrong, I get it. It's cool to own a team. It brings in revenue for you and things like that. But you better make sure you sell it at a good price. Because if you can't, I don't want them to be in a situation where it's like they don't have a stadium. Right?
I feel
what are they going to do if the stadium's not done? Like, what's going to happen? They just got to keep playing in Sacramento?
Yeah. Or, there's already been talk that, Sacramento may not have them back next year, and they may have to go they may have to go to Salt Lake City or somewhere else. They might be a nomad team for a few years until they get a ballpark built in Vegas. I'll tell you what I see when I'm looking at this.
They could have just stayed in Oakland for all this.
I think if you asked a random person on the street, do you think it'd be good to have a baseball team in Las Vegas? The average person would be like, do you think that would be successful? I think the average person would say, sure. It's Vegas. They have lots of stuff to do. Put a baseball stadium there. You'll have tourists coming to check it out. Las Vegas is one of the smallest markets in pro sports. They will be, if they join Major League Baseball, I believe the smallest market in Major League Baseball. They have, obviously it's played in the summers. I don't know if you've been to Vegas recently. Not exactly cool in the summers. It's going to be murder to sit out there in the stands. Now they're going to have it somewhat. It's going to be an indoor facility, but
they got a dome.
That's the hope. Well, they got nothing right now, but that's the plan.
Yeah.
But I wonder genuinely if part of what happened here was Rob Manfred said, "I want a baseball team in Las Vegas because the NFL has one, the NHL has one. We are probably going to get an NBA team in Las Vegas when they do expansion, if that's later this summer that they announce that or whenever. It's likely to be Seattle and Vegas that get the expansion teams." So I feel like all the sports leagues are saying, no, I have to be there. I have to be there. I have to be there. And I don't think anyone's given it any thought beyond, because it'd be cool to be in Vegas. And for the Raiders, they won't have a problem because it's the NFL and you could put a NFL team on Mars and they would sell out somehow. I don't know how we would do it, but it would work. But if you put any other sport in that city, the Knights they were the jump. They were the first pro sports team there. So they have all that love.
Did they win it all?
And they won it, and they're I think it was their third or fourth year. But yeah, they won it fairly quickly. They got right to the Western Conference Finals.
Now?
Yeah, they've been loading up again. Go figure. Every few years, they're going to make another run.
They probably, you know what? They're probably going streaking in Vegas.
Yeah, maybe their local radio show said that. That would be true. I think the Major League Baseball thought process on it was no more than what the average person thinks when they go, would it be cool to have a team in Vegas? Sure. And then they were like, great, let's move heaven and earth to make this happen. Now I think they're starting to realize the guy you have moving the team is dumb. Rob Manfred has a lot of egg on his face with this one. And now I think their only play is get someone to buy it who is more competent than him and have them build it in Vegas and have him take the risk and have someone who actually is more familiar with that area. But they've now at least got the financing secured. They got a commitment that, oh, yeah, there's $300 million here for you. If you buy this team, now you can take on all this massive cost it's going to be and all the debt to build it. But at least we got some public funding set up for you for the next buyer. I think that's literally the play because I cannot imagine Major League Baseball letting John Fisher actually go through with this because he is a clown. And I don't think he wants to own this team.
Sell it. Sell it. Wait, you think you get like $3 billion for it? $2 billion?
I
wonder how much the A's is worth.
I believe the Orioles sold not too long ago, and it was less than $2 billion. And the Orioles have Camden Yards, right? So they already have like a built stadium that people love. It's a great environment. You don't have to necessarily tear that down and build a new stadium. It's fantastic. That came with the ball club.
Oh.
And that was less than $2 billion.
$1.18 billion.
That's for the Orioles.
No, this is for the Athletics.
Okay. Yeah. But I'm saying the Orioles, I think their sale was under $2 billion. What I'm saying is that's with a stadium that's well established as being great. You have to build a whole stadium that they're saying will already cost them nearly $2 billion. And then you have to build a brand in Vegas. Maybe that's worth it to someone. Maybe just being in Vegas is that important, but it's not a huge market. There's going to be a lot of competition for eyeballs from the tourists. And all the sports franchises have already put down their stakes. At least the NFL and the NHL have. So you're at least third in line. And if the NBA beats you, you're fourth in line. So good luck with all of that. I couldn't be happier that the
second to last team.
In valuation?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe no major league team will ever sell for less than $2 billion. But I'm just saying, most of those teams have some kind of stadium already in place. You have to build that if you buy this A's
So you
team.
got to buy the A's and then buy the stadium.
And
No, never mind. Let him keep it. Pay for it.
I don't know what
you wanted. This, pay for it.
I don't know what they're going to do. And Major League Baseball, meanwhile, could have a team playing in Salt Lake City next year. It makes no sense to me.
Even if everything was going to happen on time, it was going to be until 2028 until they played in Vegas.
And they don't even have shovels in the dirt.
Right.
And they're not even close right now. It doesn't sound like to starting the construction. So let's go ahead and put that at 2029.
Yeah, I've been calling them an orphan baseball team.
They are. There's Major League Baseball has a franchise right now that is playing in a minor league ballpark and has no plan on what to do next year for where they're going to play, let alone 4 years from now.
And no city affiliated with it. Like if you go on any sports site, it just says Athletics.
It doesn't say Sacramento. They did nothing to try to even keep at least a little bit of hope for the Sacramento fans of like, hey, maybe if you guys just come out here in our Oklahoma City when they moved remember when they moved the Hornets out there when they were in New Orleans and they moved them over there for a hot minute?
After Katrina.
Yeah, after Katrina. And then they said, wow, Oklahoma City seems like a great market. We should put a team there. Maybe Sacramento could have that, but no, why would you when this guy isn't even putting your name on the team? It's a joke. All right. We'll come back with the buzzer next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, well, for those living over in Delaware County, we do want to let you know about some ongoing lane restrictions for you. So the US 36 between 42 and S Section Line Road will be closed again, 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. We'll be continuing till about Friday because of some road repairs happening. It has been going on this whole entire project since Monday. Again, we'll be ending on Friday, though, so not too much longer. Just again, make sure you note those lane restrictions on 36. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. I know what it's like to be stuck in that cycle of pain where you're trying to get better. You keep going to the doctor, steroid shots, surgeries. Do not go down that road anymore. Go see my friends at QC Kinetics. They will help treat you without going under the knife and without the meds. QC Kinetics are the leaders in regenerative medicine to help your body heal itself. And I should know, I've been a client there, and they helped me with my knee get back to the running in the summer and going whitewater rafting and all of the things that you enjoy. And this is the critical part about my friends with QC. 92% of patients report satisfaction with their results. That's peace of mind. It's not just a number. They're trying to help you. They're the second opinion that you're looking for to keep you from getting under the knife. To find out if you're a good candidate, go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. The consultation is free, or call 380-2845-44. That's 380-2845-44. They have offices all over Central Ohio, so go check them out.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Right now, save on USDA Choice T-Bone Steaks. Just $9.99 a pound in the value pack with your digital coupon. Limit 5. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Hey, look, it's Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Say hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. You know what I love the most about your store? What's that, common man? The way you treat people. You get to know your customers. That's why they keep coming back. No sleazeballs around. Just good, clean boys and girls selling jewelry. Stop in and see the difference for yourself. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com. It's where Columbus gets engaged. Tell them Common Man sent you.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is bringing the funny this summer. Tiffany Haddish takes the mic on Friday, July 18th with the Funny and Fearless Tour. Then Dion Cole Live hits the stage Friday, September 5th for a night of nonstop laughs. 2 comedy icons, 2 unforgettable nights. Get your friends, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh all night long. Big names, big laughs, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Hear that? That's the sound of freedom. This July, declare your independence on the open road during RCD RV's Declare Your Independence sale, running July 5th through the 19th, offering all-American savings on all in-stock motorhomes, fifth wheels, and travel trailers. Wave goodbye to ordinary vacations and say hello to adventure. Stop by any of our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at rcdrv.com. Celebrate the red, white, and blue with unbeatable savings at RCD RV. RCD RV. Freedom starts on the open road.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly. Ah, damn it, I knew that. App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The only contraband hiding in Tyvis's butt cheeks is a Kit Kat bar. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Hope you are ready to have a great holiday weekend. We have got a lot on deck for you here at the station today. You'll find out more about it when Bishop and Friends comes on. Ryan Baker joining us now. Bake, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, guys, and I got to be honest with you. I'm feeling a little weird here. I'm feeling a little uneasy because I don't know what to do tomorrow.
Well,
I don't have to work.
It's a day off.
I don't have to work tomorrow, and I'm kind of like getting itchy. I don't know what to do. I'm feeling weird here about this.
You and Tyvis are very similar in the fact that I like to work. I think anybody in this business likes to get their job done, but you're someone who kind of, you're not a big fan of days off, is what I get, Baker. You like to just get in here and get the job done.
So
I'm not going to lie. I consider like every day here a day off, to be honest, because
that's fair.
I grew up, my dad was a brick and block mason his whole life.
Jeez,
so I grew up working with him and doing, off and on throughout my life, doing that kind of stuff. This is nothing. Like when people say, well, it beats digging ditches, you're damn right it does, because I've done it. I've done it. And so this is like, and I got to be honest, like a day like tomorrow is super easy. Like on Memorial Day, I came in, did some morning O&Ns, banked an extra PTO day. I'm all for that because I have so many other things going on sometimes. So I was disappointed when I heard Morning Juice was actually doing a show tomorrow and Bodie's got the O&Ns covered because I don't get the extra PTO day.
See, that's pretty great. Now, you're talking about working hard. Yesterday, I had this moment where I encountered someone who is like a real man, and it just put me to shame because I was in line at the grocery store and the guy in front of me, he needed some help. He was at the self-checkout, and I'm waiting for, like, the next one to open. This guy right at the closest one, he has got jeans on, a T-shirt, and on his arms there is just a mound of, like, oil and grease, and, like, he had clearly been either working on some kind of engine or some kind of heavy equipment. His jeans had this stuff all over it. His shirt had it on it. But this dude was, like, all muscle, 0% body fat, and when the, like, person at the counter came up to help him with whatever was happening, he's just like, thank you very much. And I'm just like, this is a guy who could grab your hand, like he could grab a piece of steel and probably just bend it in half. And I thought, yeah, like, I think I have rough days at work. I don't know what this guy did for a living, but I thought that's a guy who's like actually working for a living, unlike us.
That they look at that like this is something they enjoy? If he was a mechanic and all his life he wanted to be a mechanic and all he talked about was cars, I don't think he would look at it as work, right?
I think if it was his own garage, yeah.
Yes.
But if he has to show up every day and work for someone else, that's where it gets tricky, no matter what. Even if you really like what you're doing, there's that aspect of someone has to call me in today and say, why weren't you here on time? Or you better come in and work a double or stuff like that. Yeah, exactly.
That's what my dad always said. He said he enjoyed the work that he did. It was the money aspect of everything and the business that throws everything off.
That's exactly right.
You had to lay down brick before?
I've done that before.
Is it true that you're not supposed to focus on the wall? You got to focus on that particular brick, laying that one perfectly? And then before you know it, the wall is up?
I don't know, and I'll never claim to. You'd have to ask my father that. I learned how to do it a little bit. I tried to learn as little as possible, though, because I always wanted to get out of it. I always wanted to go away. But I'll tell you what, Tyvis, you want to get in shape, you go out there and hump some 12-inch block on a 95-degree day or rod and pour a basement, that'll get you in shape, bud.
Oh, yeah.
That new hair of yours would be sweating right off your hair.
Well, we know you don't have any big plans tomorrow. It doesn't sound like, Baker. What do you guys have planned today on the show? What are you guys going to do?
Well, Reese is out, so Tim May is in. So we will digress a little bit with him. We'll talk a little Mid-Ohio because Tim is big into the race cars, so we'll do that today. We'll also talk to Doug Maurice at 11:30. And Paul Feinbaum. Bo's got a lot of stuff to ask Paul from his Ryan Day comments, his Brett Bielema comments, Arch Manning comments. There's a lot of stuff to talk to Paul today about.
What time is he over there?
10:30.
Let's put it this way. When Paul Feinbaum was on national TV the other day comparing himself to the Democratic nominee for mayor of New York City, I thought, okay, he's had a week. That's been quite a week.
Is he the one that was talking about Arch Manning is the next Tim Tebow?
Yes, there was that too. All of the above, yeah.
Well, you need Dylan here for that because Dylan would be right with him like, yes, I second that.
Arch Manning is the next Arch Manning. He supersedes Tim Tebow.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
Dylan's out of line, man.
But we all know LeBron would be the best quarterback, right, Dylan?
Oh, yeah. Exactly LeBron could play tight end in the league right now.
Yeah.
Tyvis would have no chance of locking him up.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
That is a lie.
Tyvis, for one play, can lock up anyone.
For people that don't know, when it comes to me versus tight ends, it's
hang on a second.
How did that
that play.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin. AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
We'll hear that all next week, I'm sure, about how he could stop, I don't know, Tiger in his prime. If they were on 18 holes, he probably would keep it within a couple strokes. Whatever. I got it.
He'd hit it longer, of course.
Yeah, drive him off the tee. I got it. Yeah,
no, golf, he got me. Now, anything else?
Yeah, because there's video proof of that floating around.
Yeah, Sports Center not top 10 had that video. Very quickly, as we get you off to the rest of your Friday, Lululemon filed a lawsuit against Costco, claims they are selling duplicates of some of their products. They know likey. So, I mean, that tells me, whatever with this lawsuit, that's a shame. I hope these giant corporate billionaires work out their differences. Meanwhile, if you want Lululemon for cheap, go to Costco. That's what I read that as. If that's the thing, and you're trying to find
hurry
something,
up and get it now before the judge decides.
When Lululemon is saying that's too close to ours, it's like that's a signal you need to run to Costco and grab that stuff before they get it off the shelves.
It's happened a lot with them. Like I know, like their golf balls, Titleist sued them. There's some of their golf clubs.
Oh, really?
All of that
At
stuff.
Costco?
Yeah, a lot of the Kirkland brand. It's so close to stuff that some of these companies have been suing them.
And if I were Costco, I'd be like, oh darn, that's a shame that people think that about our brand.
Better hurry up while they can.
What else at our store is almost just like the name brand, but for much less? Shop at Costco. What an ad. All right, you guys, I hope have a great rest of your Thursday. I keep saying Friday, but it's Thursday. Enjoy your holiday week if you are having one. Enjoy your 4th celebrations. See you on Monday. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Thursday. Well, your drive times for your Thursday commute are looking pretty average right now. No major accidents or delays to report at this hour. We are still noting some road repairs for folks over on our east side. This is happening 70 westbound, just past 70 CD Road, as well as that 270 intersection. Expect some lane closures. Crew members still out on the scene this morning. Be very cautious as you step out the door. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic. Make it a great
Get your
day.
air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
This week, Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame moment takes a look at the club's move to a new ballpark on June 30th, 1970. After 86 years of playing ball at ballparks at Findlay and Western Avenues in the west end of Cincinnati, the Reds would move into a new home on the banks of the Ohio River.
Cincinnati Reds baseball tonight from Cincinnati's Riverfront Stadium. The game between the Cincinnati Reds and the Atlanta Braves. Here's Ed Kennedy and Pee Wee Reed.
Well, this is the night we've been looking forward to for so long to share with you, and we think that you feel the same way about being a part of this opening night here at the grand new Riverfront Stadium here in Cincinnati. The Cincinnati Reds, the man who pitched the last game in Crosby Field, who pitched the first game in Riverfront Stadium, that's Jim McLaughlin. All right, the Reds on the best. If you want to take a look at that, is about as you would expect. Ernie Carbo in left field, Bobby Tolan in center, Pete Rose in right. At first base, Lee May. At second base, Tommy Helms. At shortstop is Woody Woodward and Tony Perez the third. Jim McLaughlin is the pitcher, and Johnny Bench is the catcher.
The Braves would come out on top on that hot, humid Cincinnati summer night. The Reds would have to wait till the following night, July 1st, to post their first win at Riverfront, beating the Braves 9-2. The Hall of Fame moment is brought to you by Western and Southern Financial Group. Put their financial strength behind you. Visit westernsouthern.com.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio.
Right now, save up to $494 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Cool people, good time. It's the biggest and best hot rodding event of the year. The Good Guys 27th Summit Racing Nationals presented by PPG. July 11th through the 13th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Over 6,000 classics from across the USA. Shop the swap meet at Huge Vendor Midway. See which rides take home the crown of the 2025 Classic Instrument Street Rods and PPG Street Machine of the Year. July 11th through the 13th at the Ohio Expo Center. Details at good-guys.com.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks
to the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet stop you from being active and getting healthy this year. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way. If Baths R Us a ring, call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Holding. Defense.
The ref totally blew that call.
Oh, I'm sure he'll make the right call next time.
It's too late. It cost us the game.
Well, it's just one game.
That loss eliminated us from the playoffs.
Oh, the playoffs are on so late. Now you'll be well rested.
Okay, I need you to stop talking now.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Evan Cohen here. Typically, you don't associate speed with quality. For example, you don't go through a fast food drive-thru and expect a gourmet meal to go. Well, here's an exception. If you're hiring, you can find candidates fast who are also extremely qualified for your job. Just use ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can proactively find qualified candidates in minutes. No wonder why ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.